Hi, everybody, and welcome to the Suspend Disbelief podcast, where we don't believe in kayfabe. My name is Adam, or I'm sorry, Wally. I'm sorry, Bobby, and that is my co-host. Talking, he doesn't know his own name. His name is Troma. By the way, he's a little busy. He's got this fresh new Young Bucks shirt. Let's go ahead and show that shirt off, bro.
All right, hold on. I was thrown off a little because the motherfucking I'm like trying to watch it on the stream,
It's a little too
but it's
late.
a little behind,
I
so the
got you,
audio
Bobby.
is
All right,
fucking up. But
I
yeah,
got
I'm
you.
good now. What up? Now, what the fuck did you just say? I just heard you say like three different names.
Oops.
Wow, you looking hairy as a motherfucker, by the way, man.
Well, thank you. I take that as a compliment, sir.
Hey, man, we have that in common. We some hairy motherfuckers. We some real men up in this bitch.
We definitely,
Real men, motherfucker.
yeah. I mean, what do you want me to do? Shave my fucking chest?
Are you about? Are you about to? I thought you were about to get up and show something. Damn,
Oh,
dog.
oh, yeah, no,
Sit down and relax.
yeah, yeah, yeah. All right,
Hey,
yeah,
by the way,
yeah.
what's up, disbelievers? Been a while.
Oh, I like
Yeah,
that. I like
yeah.
that.
I thought you would. Yeah, yeah.
I like disbelievers, bro. I mean, some people believe, some people disbelieve, and I think we are the type of disbelieve. You know what I'm saying?
That's what we're here for. To disbelieve.
All right, man.
And
So,
apparently, you stutter and shit too now.
yeah, well, that's my gimmick. That's my.
Oh, I thought your gimmick was like keep saying the wrong name.
That's
Like,
cute.
what up? This is Adam. I mean Wally. I mean Bobby. I mean.
It's cute though, right? I mean, it's cute. So,
If you say so, dog. If you say so.
man, it's been quite the week, or I'm sorry, it's been quite the 3 weeks, because we both kind of were old men last week, and we were just like, man, we can't spend an hour talking about wrestling this week, man.
Well, I mean, to be fair, it was like Memorial Day weekend, and so we were
We're more about
busy,
we're more about
busy
quality
drinking
over
beers and shit.
being real men, not shaving our hair, right?
Exactly,
So it's cracking, John.
and drinking beer. But yeah, I mean, shit, we got a lot to talk about. About to post this motherfucking link so all the disbelievers can join us live,
All right.
and yeah, we'll figure out what you want to start with.
Well, we did have one brand new disbeliever, and that's one new person liked our Facebook page. And I just would like to give a nice shout out to Frank Deutsch, and also give a continued shout out of yo, what's up, and thank you for your love and support to oh, dude, I'm spacing on her name, but your lovely um, second half there. What you say for you?
Oh yeah,
The Ying
why
team.
did she like our shit?
I mean, she likes it all the time, and it's kind of like I feel like we should got to give her a shout out. You know what I'm saying? So,
Right on. Well, she'll be home in a little while, so I'll shout
well,
her out when she gets here.
no, well, she should get a shout out in the show. Well, she should be. It should be a surprise. It should be like a shout out that she just gets just to get like a little gem that's waiting for her whenever
All
she
right,
was.
shout out, babe. Shout out, Tina, Walter, babe. Good job.
Shout out Tina. You know what I'm saying?
Shout out to fuck you. Shout out to Doug, Curtis, Sky. They be
Oh, do they? Are
checking our
they?
shit out.
Yeah, we have
Yeah.
like, but yo, we're like 6 strong now. We're 6 strong. We got
Oh
six
shit. Hey,
strong. This
when once we hit double digits, then we made it. We made it.
I think we should retire once we hit 10.
Shit, we're like on the Brock Lesnar schedule as it is.
You know, we're busy. We got other shit going on. We're too good for this shit.
I don't know about all that.
So yeah, man. So Dominion was last night. You hit me up
Yep.
with the text like, "Oh, get your popcorn. Dominion's on." And
I This motherfucker was like, "You don't have to convince me. I'm gonna watch
all right,
Dominion."
I was
So I'm
gonna
like,
watch it.
"Yo, Dominion's about to go on."
I
And
didn't. I didn't say I was gonna watch it live. You hit me up at 2 in the morning, right?
by the time I'm gonna talk about it, then like you won't even have to watch it anymore.
Well. Here's the things. What I feel like we should do is, I feel like a lot of American folks, regular good old American boys, did not get to watch Dominion.
I
So,
think you're wrong, man. I mean, a lot of people were watching it. I mean, shit. Where I watched it, there was a shit ton of people
to be
that
honest,
stayed up to watch it.
to be honest, I had quite the weekend. I had to, like, I was rushing home just to make sure I could do this today because I was just like, fuck, I gotta get home. I gotta do this trauma. And it was in the back of my head. And when I told you I'll be home in an hour, I was really like 3 hours, bro. But
Yeah, it was many hours later, so that's why I waited to, I just waited. I was like, this motherfucker, like when you told me let's do this shit in 30 minutes, and you showed up in an hour,
well, then
and then you said let's go live in 2 minutes, and then 15 minutes later. So I know how time works for
yeah,
you, so
sorry,
it wasn't that bad.
bro. I just get into discussions, and I'm a passionate speaker, and sometimes I just can't help it. I just start talking, and then I want to make my point. And
Well, we got a lot to talk about, so fucking get your passion on, boy.
oh yeah, get your passion on. Get your passion on. Oh, it sounds like a drink. Like get your passion on. You know?
Thug passion. All right, so Dominion. I mean, we don't have to go through
Well,
everything. It
well,
was
this.
like almost a 5 hour show, but there's like a lot of big things that happened that we can cover.
Mm, mm, mm. What was the main event?
The main event was a 2 out of 3 falls match between Okada and Omega.
Okay, don't tell me who won. Okay,
Don't tell you who won.
not yet, not yet. I don't want to
Why
know
should I
results yet.
talk about it then?
You then give me. Oh, so that was the main event. You give me your match of the night.
It's between that and Jericho and Naito.
No, pick
There were
one.
two very different matches. I'd probably go Jericho Naito just because I'm a huge Jericho mark, and I love how Jericho's reinvented himself in New Japan, and how he's came in and the match he had with Omega, and now he had this match with Naito, and so I would say that match was my personal match of the night. Everyone is raving about the main event, though. Some people are calling it the greatest match they've ever seen, and it was damn good. I mean,
Now was
this
Cody
is. Go ahead.
Cody Rhodes is on the card, right?
Yeah, he was in a 6 man, and they actually set up something for him at the end of the show, which I can't talk about because you told me not to spoil it.
Well, you're gonna spoil it. We're just not gonna spoil it yet. I feel like, right? Should I like? You know what? Like,
What's the
I'm
tidbits?
already gonna watch the main event, right? I'm gonna watch the Omega Okada match, right?
Mhm.
I'm gonna watch that
You got
regardless.
like an hour and 10 minutes to spare.
Is it an hour long?
Yeah, it's 2 out of 3 falls. They went an hour
Oh
plus.
shit. Okay, I see. Yeah, I got. I mean, I got. I
It's
guess
pretty good.
I'm gonna watch it. I'll watch it. Now I
Yeah, it
know
makes no difference if you know who won. You'll watch it.
Okada won, right?
No, he did not.
Okay. Well,
Okada's record title reign has come to an end, and a lot of people are saying this might be the greatest world title reign in the history of wrestling. And I don't know. I mean, I might agree just because of the longevity, the number of matches. I mean,
Brock Lesnar.
even Ric Flair in his prime was not having
Brock Lesnar.
the number. Oh, give me a fucking break, Brock Lesnar.
Brock Lesnar.
Brock Lesnar, who never even fucking is never there. I mean, seriously, I can't wait for Money in the Bank when a Raw guy wins, and then he has like 3 fucking chances in the next year to cash in that briefcase. He's gonna have to go to fucking Brock Lesnar's house to cash in that briefcase because Brock's never fucking around.
True. True.
That would be
But
crazy though. Like someone just knocks on Brock's door with a fucking briefcase, like
you
ring the
know,
bell.
what would be cool though, right? If what happens is that Seth Rollins gets the match um, to face Brock Lesnar, and
I know exactly what you're gonna say.
Roman Reigns wins Money in the Bank, and then Roman Reigns comes out while Seth and Brock are having their match. Roman Reigns comes out with a surprise, and then Roman Reigns steals it from Seth. You know what I'm saying? And takes it from Brock, and that's a good way to end that whole fucking Brock
Yeah,
versus
that's a
Roman.
great idea. Except
Yeah.
Roman Reigns is not in Money in the Bank.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so, but like seriously, that would be a great idea.
Because they have the history, right? Like,
Yeah, and that'd be a great callback, and then you can branch off into Roman and Seth. And what the
Right.
fuck, Seth can't really be upset about it because he did the exact same motherfucking
True.
thing.
Right.
And it would turn Roman into like a mega
Major
heel,
heel. Right.
and it would keep Seth a mega face, which he pretty much is the biggest face on Raw right
Of the
now. And you
company.
have a,
Right.
it'd be a big time program, but then they didn't put Roman in Money in the Bank because we've got this big program with Jinder fucking Mahal we have to do.
Which is kind of boring.
Yeah, I mean, and that's you saying it, the biggest fucking Jinder mark.
I love
Yeah,
Jinder, but
exactly. So I'm saying, so if you don't like it, imagine how fucking the average fan must feel about it.
the average fan, I feel like, sees the muscles, and they don't mind.
I think we're beyond that. I think the average fan is beyond that nowadays. I mean, I think the average fan just wants, maybe not amazing wrestling, but I think they want just good matches and good promos.
I think the average fan wants John Cena, right? I think the average fan wants Braun Strowman. I think the
But
average.
John Cena has good matches and good promos. John Cena can cut a great promo. John Cena can have a great match.
But do you think that the average fan realizes when they're seeing a good match?
I think they do.
Do you think they realize when when they're hearing a good promo?
I think they do because I work with a lot of average fans. I
Bro.
work with people that don't watch a lot of wrestling, but to me tells how great Seth Rollins' run has been because these people don't watch a lot of wrestling. They're casual fans, they're average fans, but they've literally said to me like, "Holy shit, that Seth Rollins match." So for people that aren't even watching all the time to realize that I just saw a really good match. So I think it does register with even casual fans when you see something that's better than average, because you see so much average that I think when you see something better than average, it stands out a little bit. So, I mean, so that was kind of a trigger to me. Like, Seth Rollins is doing really good work where that this average guy that, watches Raw every once in a while when he catches it. And, when we talk wrestling, he only wants to talk about Brock Lesnar and, he just knows the big time stuff. So, yeah. No, I'm talking about who I'm talking about, not you.
Someone at your work.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
But even they were like, that Seth Rollins Finn Balor match was amazing, and I was like, yeah, it was amazing, I didn't think you would recognize that how amazing it was.
Well, I mean, the first match that they had was amazing, right? The one where Finn Balor got injured. But yeah,
I thought that match was okay. I mean, I thought the injury kind of made it not as great as it could have been.
do you think that like the average fan will watch NXT and notice that like Velveteen Dream is something like special?
Uh, I'm not sure if they would get like the nuances of a character like the Velveteen Dream.
Right.
I think you have to be hardcore to get how good he actually is.
Okay, but
and
you
not
do.
just see it like that's weird.
You do though. You see it, right?
Yeah, of course I see it. I've ever since that Aleister Black match. I mean, I've always seen the charisma and the promo ability, but then after that Aleister Black match, I said he's the full package. I mean,
Yeah.
like most people, that young, they can either go in the ring and they have to learn their character, or they know their character but they need to learn to work. He can work and he has the character. It's like he's there. He's that young. He's there. And now they got this Ricochet match coming up. I mean, that's going to be amazing because Ricochet has been there for years. That's going to be fantastic.
Well, Ricochet's just coming into the NXT though. So,
yeah, he's just coming into the NXT, but I mean, he's been ready for years.
I think Ricochet is too small for the WWE.
I don't think so.
I think 205 Live, yeah, but I don't think anything more than that. Ricochet, he does not. I mean, yeah, he can move, right? But can he? Is he a threat to Roman Reigns? Is he a threat to Brock Lesnar? Is he a threat to Braun Strowman? Is he a threat to Bray Wyatt?
Is Finn Balor?
Finn Balor is a different story, though, right? Finn Balor.
I think Ricochet can be as good as Finn Balor.
Okay, I think that he probably is as good as him, but I don't think that the machine will get behind him the way.
But why did they get behind Balor? I mean,
because Balor is a proven success. Like he's shown he could be successful. Right? No, Ricochet's never been successful like Finn Balor's been. Like Fergal, what's Miller.
How can you say that? They've won all the same titles. It's not like Prince Devitt was the world champion in Japan. I mean, he was never a main event top guy.
Yeah, but it's not
He
about
was
being.
always a
It's not about
starter.
being the champion. It's about.
So what is
It's
it then?
about.
How has he
It's
proved
about
himself more than Ricochet?
creating a stable selling it's about selling fucking t-shirts, bro, and it's about how many t-shirts can you fucking sell, really, right? And they're
Well, then
selling
I
Bullet
would
Club
credit
t-shirts.
Japan more than fucking Finn Balor for that.
No,
You think?
because
I mean, I would credit the Young Bucks more than. I
yeah,
mean,
Young
let's
Bucks,
be
yeah,
honest.
let's
Let's be
Young
honest.
Bucks,
I
yeah.
mean,
I
when the
was
Bullet Club really took off, it was the AJ Styles, Young Bucks, Kenny Omega,
no, yeah,
Adam Cole
it
era. I mean,
it really
it was
took
not
off.
as hot as it was when Finn Balor was in charge.
It took off when AJ Styles came to the WWE, and when AJ
That's when it took off? No.
that's when the average fan, right, was like, what is this NJPWL?
No.
What is that? You know,
No.
like, oh really? So when did JR start fucking doing their
It took
commentary?
off. The reason most of those guys got signed was because it was so hot when AJ and Gallows and Anderson. Then they came to the WWE. It was already hot. I mean, it was the biggest. It's been the biggest thing in non WWE
Thank
wrestling
you,
for a
thank you,
while now.
thank you. And Ricochet has been nowhere near that, bro. I'm sorry.
Yeah, but I'm saying it was not that big when Finn Balor was the leader, when he created it. When Finn Balor was the leader of the Bullet Club, it was him, Gallows, Anderson, Tama Tonga, Fale. I mean, it was not, this cool, really hip, everyone's doing it. They were, everyone throwing the two sweets and crotch chops. It wasn't until the Young Bucks came in. And honestly, it wasn't until, Finn Balor's ass was already gone and AJ Styles came in, and then he really took that to the next level. And that's when they really started adding big time indie star power. It was pretty much just Finn Balor and a bunch of Japan guys. When AJ took over, and then Young Bucks were in there, and you started bringing in Adam Cole, Marty Scurll, Cody Rhodes.
So you tell me, right? You tell me, okay? One on one, who goes over? Finn Balor or Ricochet? I mean,
At this
wait a
point,
minute,
Finn Balor.
behind the curtains, right?
Mm-hmm.
Who were they putting over?
Well, of course it's Finn Balor because he's the proven commodity on the main roster.
That's my fucking
Ricochet is not on the but how can you compare them when Ricochet just walked into NXT?
Because Ricochet is too small to get on the fucking main roster.
I'm saying and Finn Balor is not. Finn
But
Balor
Finn
is
Balor's a different story, bro.
That's what I'm saying. I'm saying to you, Ricochet can be just as big as
If you put
Finn
Ricochet if you put Ricochet on the same roster, if you put Ricochet up there, okay, on the Raw roster with Finn Balor, guess what it does to Finn Balor? It makes Finn Balor seem normal, and it makes Finn Balor seem not as special because guess what? Guess who's doing the same fucking shit he is? Guess who's fighting the same fucking heavyweights that he is? It makes Finn Balor less of a like who gives a fuck then, really? About Finn Balor.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's why I think the cruiserweight thing really pigeonholes a lot of people because, but still, when you do have someone that does not go right to the cruiserweight, that immediately tells you that they're special. And when Finn Balor comes on Raw and you look at him and you're like, this guy's on 205 Live because this guy is too fucking good for 205 Live, I think Ricochet can be the same thing. I mean, Ricochet, his flying skills are next level. I mean, he's next level. I mean, he's like a Will Ospreay, he's next level with this shit. And I think he can become like a Rey Mysterio. I think he really can be special. And I think him on 205 Live, absolute waste. Absolute waste of him.
Then what's the point of having 205 Live then? You don't think that they're trying? You don't think that they're trying with 205 Live?
I mean, it's been a better show lately, and I think they're just hard up for content. I mean, what's the point of having a UK division? What's the point of having a cruiserweight division? What's the point of doing another women's tournament? They just want to fill hours. They just want to big content. You know, they want to own the wrestling world, so they want a piece of everything. You know, they want to have all the best cruiserweights. They want to have all the best UK guys. They want to have all the best women. They want to have all the best indie wrestlers, and they're pretty much that's what they're doing. That's their goal, and that's what they're doing.
Well, I mean, I think that's the way that's. I mean, I'm not the biggest NXT kind of dude. I feel like it's developmental. I know that NXT is a hot show. I know that it's. I know I'm missing out kind of thing. I know, but
Well, just watch the takeovers, and you're fine.
that's what I've been doing. That's what I do. You know, like I'm always kind of impressed by the takeovers, right? Um, but yeah, man, I feel like I really don't think Ricochet. Okay, just say like the Perfect 10. What was his name? Fucking
Ty Dillinger.
Ty Dillinger, man. I really liked Dillinger. I thought his gimmick, you know, like I thought that worked. You know, I was just like, man, this kid he's kind of funny. You know, he's kind of like he's got it going. You know, like I wouldn't mind watching Ty Dillinger do his damn thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
So what's going on with Ty Dillinger though?
Well, that's more a booking than anything else. I mean, a lot of guys they're great in NXT, but it doesn't transition to the main roster, you know.
Yeah.
And then there's a lot of guys who are nothing in NXT, but they're amazing on the main roster. It's like the Elias thing. I mean, Elias wasn't doing nothing in NXT. He was an afterthought, and he goes to the main roster, and you know he's blowing up on Raw. And you got guys like Dillinger who were like the biggest thing in NXT, and they're not doing nothing on SmackDown. It's just about the booking, you know. And I think you know NXT is a hardcore audience. That's a very indie, smart type of audience that is gonna appreciate you know that kind of character and gimmick more. And then you go to like a mainstream audience, and you know sometimes it doesn't really you know work. Because like when you go to like you know certain towns where the audience is more internet savvy and more you know smarky and stuff, they'll be chanting 10 all night long. He's gonna be a star boy. Hey, yeah. So let me just like quickly go through this and then all off track, which is like one of our specialties here, so it's all good. But yeah, Omega One, he ended this unbelievable title reign. Okada's, he has the longest reign in New Japan history. He has the most defenses in New Japan history. He's probably got the most 5-star plus matches in wrestling history as a world champion defending. So it's a pretty big deal that he got beat, and it was an amazing match. It went really long. It was pretty brutal. It was a little repetitive in the end because Japan is kind of like a lot of their main events are so like finishers aren't like they are in the US. A lot of times in the US, when a guy hits his finisher, that's it, you know, it's over, the match is over. In Japan, it's a lot of times it's like the finisher has to be hit multiple times, you know. The guy will have to hit his finisher, hit it again and again. It gets to the point where he's hit his finish. It's kind of like that WrestleMania match where I was talking about, where he kept hitting the F5 to the point where it just kind of, you know, became not as effective. That's kind of what they do in Japan. That's one of the things I'm not the biggest fan of. But I mean, it was still an amazing match. You know, Omega won. Jericho won the Intercontinental title, which was kind of a surprise. But just means he's going to be sticking around in Japan more. Great match. Jericho looked kind of insane. Did you see Jericho's new look for the show? His clockwork orange kind of look.
All right, so I heard Jericho is doing his Jericho boat, like his Jericho cruise with
Yeah.
TNA, partnered with TNA
Yes. And Ring of Honor.
and Ring of Honor.
Mm-hmm. So that's going to be pretty crazy. But yeah, he's the new Intercontinental Champion, so I guess he's going to be working Japan more. Jericho's killing it in Japan, to be honest. He's doing real good.
I think that
Young. Go
Go
ahead.
ahead. No, go ahead.
No, I'm just wrapping up the important shit. Young Bucks won the tag titles. Significant because they're like the greatest junior team in Japan history, and this is their first reign as heavyweights. Because Japan likes to have divisions. This is their first reign as the heavyweights. Rey Mysterio debuted. He looked really good, but Cody's team won that match, so they're really heavy into Cody. He's big time in Japan. He's a really big heel, so they put him over. Michael Elgin won the never openweight title. I mean, that's pretty much the big news. A lot of title changes. Will Ospreay lost his junior heavyweight title. A lot of Americans picked up titles. A lot of Canadians picked up titles. Elgin, Jericho, Omega, they're all Canadians. And they're really heavy into, trying to expand into the US. And all of a sudden, a lot of Americans have titles. So, I mean, I think that's kind of significant that they just got a new president who really wants to expand into the US. And all of a sudden, all of their major titles are held by Americans or Canadians. So, yeah, it's kind of interesting. But I mean, great show. I mean, very long. You might want to just skim it. I would definitely check out the last two matches if you just you're low on time. Yeah, definitely check out the main event and the Intercontinental title match. But yeah, if you got the time, it's a great show to sit through. It's a good way to spend fucking 5 hours.
And I probably will be watching it sometime soon. I'm most likely gonna watch it tonight or whenever I'm falling asleep. I'm just gonna throw it on and
Are you gonna fall asleep before like the main matches like you did with the other show?
I'm old, man. But the thing is, when
What
I
the
wake
hell were
up,
you
when I wake
watching
up,
when you messaged me about Yano? What were you watching?
I get access TV.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, so I've been watching that like access TV. Just like
That's a good way to catch up, but that's very like far behind.
yeah, I know.
But yeah. So there's Dominion. We don't have to go through everything, but yeah, that's pretty much Dominion. So what else you want to talk about? I mean,
Well,
you
there's a
got
lot to
Money in
talk
the
about.
Bank. Yeah, you want to talk about Money in the Bank?
Um, sure. Why don't we talk about fucking what? Like the meat of it is like let's talk about CM Punk right now because I feel like
Oh yeah,
that's bigger
let's
news
go.
than Money in the Bank. We discussed Money in the Bank last week a lot.
Yeah. What about CM Punk? You want to talk about his fight and trial? Because he's 1-1.
Well, I feel like the trial is a big deal, right?
I guess. I mean, but they're like Punk won, but he didn't really win. He just didn't lose. I mean, he didn't win anything. He just didn't lose.
He was justified in his like his whole thing. You know what I'm saying? Like his whole thing was that he was he was treated like um, a whipping dog. Like
But that wasn't really the case, though. He was the defendant in the whole thing. Pretty much all that they said was that the Dr. Ammon didn't have enough of a case to justify him getting 35 million or whatever the hell the crazy ass number of money he wanted. I mean, they weren't saying that Punk was right. I read a lot of the transcripts. I mean, Punk didn't come off very good. I mean, Punk came off pretty bad overall. It's just that Dr. Ammon didn't come off any better, where that they were going to be like, yeah, take all this money. So I don't think he really won anything. I think he just didn't lose, which is great. I mean, you don't want
wait a
to.
minute, wait a minute. He didn't win anything, but he didn't lose anything either.
Well, he didn't lose the trial. I mean,
Right. He won
I
his
wouldn't say
trial.
he won because
But
he wasn't the one. He wasn't the plaintiff. If you're the defendant and you don't lose, does that mean you won? Do you know what I mean? If he was the plaintiff and this was his case and he was trying to get something from the WWE or the doctor and he won, then yeah, I would say he won, but he was the guilty party here, you know. All he was doing was basically defending the shit he said, you know, that he wasn't slandering this doctor, and a lot of it came off pretty bad for him, you know, overall, but it just didn't come off bad enough that people were like, yeah, you know, take all his money and shit. Because the doctor really had no case. I mean, he's talking about it hurt his reputation and he was slandered, but what the hell did it do to him? He didn't lose his job. He's still there. He's still in the exact same position that he was. So he didn't lose no, you know, revenue. He didn't lose nothing from Punk doing some podcast where he talks shit. So I didn't think he was gonna win. But I mean, they pretty much disproved a lot of the things that, you know, Punk claimed. I mean, if you read the transcripts, you know, a lot of Punk's answers were, I don't recall, or I might have exaggerated, or maybe it wasn't that bad. You know, he came off like kind of an exaggerator and kind of like, you know, a drama king, and, you know, him breaking down and crying on the stand. And, you know, he didn't come off really good. You know, I think Cabana came off way better, but still, you know, I mean, so I wouldn't say he won. I just would say he didn't lose, in my opinion.
Wait a minute. So, this is news to me. Like he broke down and cried on stage on the
Yeah,
stand.
apparently, they were watching like the video of the Rumble that he got concussed in, and
Hmm.
like he refused to leave the match, and like the doctors were like saying, "Get him out of the ring. He's concussed." And Punk's like, you know, "Fuck you. I'm not leaving the ring." And then Punk broke down and cried, and he was like, you know, "I don't like seeing myself like that. I was concussed, and, you know, I was in a bad place in my life." And he's just crying on the stand, you know. I mean, I followed the transcripts every day. I would read the testimony, and it's pretty weird, you know, because when you have something that's scripted like pro wrestling, and then you're trying to break it down in legal terms, you know,
Yeah.
and so they got to go up there and like explain everything, you know, like explain what the Rumble is, explain what a spot is, explain what a move is, explain how you're gonna get eliminated, and then explain about Kane, all this kind of shit. It's just really weird, like when they're trying to explain to a judge and a jury, you know, this fucking crazy world, and make it seem like a real serious thing for, you know, a trial. Why the fuck you got a belt and I don't?
I was about to give you one, bro. I was gonna give you the Divas belt. Relax.
Fuck you, I don't want the Divas belt.
I'm joking. I'm joking. I'm joking. But okay, so I also heard that he booed.
Oh, are you're fucking Brock Lesnar?
Yeah, that's the Universal belt. If you see, this is my championship here. I'm the fucking the
So you're
champ.
Brock Lesnar.
Yeah, I'm definitely.
You're Croc Lesnar, motherfucker.
I'm Croc Lesnar. That's my new name, by the way, Croc Lesnar. Dude. That's fucking. I love it. I love it.
All right. What
Yeah.
were you gonna say?
Oh, I heard that he actually booed the doctor when the doctor like was introducing himself or something like that. Like he he booed the fucking doctor in court. Like he said boo kind of thing.
Yeah, it was a fucking sideshow. It was like a circus, and the court was filled with like a bunch of high school children that would like run to the fucking court after school because they wanted to see CM Punk and shit. So I mean, it was a goddamn circus in there, man.
Well, I'm just happy that homeboy won. You know what I'm saying?
I
So
mean, I'm happy you won too. You know, good for him.
because the WWE
You
did,
know what? You know what he didn't win? His damn fight.
yeah, he did not win that fight, right? He did not win that fight. I don't know what I'm doing.
Why are we looking at Matt Hardy?
You know what? Because um, I'm actually I'm going a little overboard because I found all these different little things here that I can I'm just experimenting, dog. That's all. Experimenting, dog. Um, okay. All right. Let's get back on track. My bad. So we didn't win. I'm stop fucking with that shit. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Uh,
he didn't win. He's gone from the UFC. He keeps saying I'm done with wrestling, but I mean,
so now do you think he's going to be at all in or what?
well, we were talking earlier, and you mentioned Bellator. I mean, I think maybe that's where he goes. I mean, if he really wants to keep fighting, that's like his only option. And Bellator, they love the big freak show fights. They love the freak show cards. I think they'd sign him in a heartbeat. I mean,
Oh,
they
of
signed
course.
Lashley. They got Jack Swagger about to have his first fight
At
soon.
Bellator, Jack Swagger's
Yeah,
at Bellator.
Jack Swagger is signed with Bellator.
Bellator
He's gonna have a
is
fight this year.
wait. Which one was the one that was the MMA that had pre-arranged winners? Like there was winners that did.
That was a Pride.
Okay.
That was in Japan, and it was like a lot of Yakuza involvement and stuff.
Uh-huh.
But UFC actually owns Pride now. I mean, they're not a promotion anymore, but they closed them, kind of like what they did with Strikeforce,
Okay.
bought them out and just closed them. But yeah, there was like a lot of Yakuza involvement with Pride. Bellator is just the freak shows that, they're the ones that get all the old fighters and throw them in there. They're the ones that do all the Kimbo Slice fights and the Shamrock fights and all that stuff.
I
But I
mean,
mean, they would sign Punk in a heartbeat.
of course. And but do you think that that's what Punk would be happy, or do you think he'd be more happy in somewhere like New Japan or Ring of Honor?
I I think he honestly doesn't want to wrestle, but I think eventually
The spot he
he's
wants the
gonna
spotlight.
realize
Spotlight.
this is yeah. Eventually he's gonna be like, this is the only thing I can do that I'm gonna get the love and admiration and ego stroke that I think I deserve is if I go back to pro wrestling. So I think eventually he does come back. I don't know if he goes to the WWE. I think New Japan, Ring of Honor, Europe. I mean, he could he could pretty much live for years and make a lot of money just touring indies with his name,
Right.
his brand.
Right.
He could go anywhere, name his price and name his dates. He could just work when he wanted and pretty much
So
never lose.
let's flip it though. Let's flip it and talk about his wife, AJ Lee, right? When
Mhm.
AJ was a part of the WWE, her main, like, I feel like her gimmick was, I'm better than all these diva bitches that you got, right? And she would crush these normal girls. And with amazing, like, yo, I thought AJ was like so dope as far as wrestling goes. She was like a real kind of, like, she was the real deal, you know? And now that I feel like they have the the competition there for her, she's not there, right? Like she's not really there to kind of be a part of the um,
Revolution,
right, but
women's revolution.
right, these females have the main events on Raw, fucking,
Yeah.
like this, pretty much what she had wanted, right? Now, how long do you think she's gonna stay quiet and be like, look, man, I mean, what you think? I mean, you think AJ would be a fit at a Ring of Honor, or
I I think you're overhyping her in ring ability.
no. I don't think
Character wise, she was amazing.
uh,
Character wise, unbelievable.
what was her
I mean,
finish? Do you remember her finishing move? The anaconda, fucking that fucking anaconda fucking thing that she would put on people and like twist them. Like, yo,
well,
AJ was
a lot of bad wrestlers have great finishers. Not saying she was a bad wrestler. I'm just saying she was never a Charlotte, a Sasha, a
mm,
Becky.
okay. She was having
The
matches
women of today are, yeah, granted,
with
her
Paige, right? She was
competition
having
was
matches.
way down.
Paige. She was having matches with Paige that I thought were fucking top notch, bro.
Yeah, but Paige is one of the women I would consider,
Paige here.
yeah, as good as some of the girls around today. I'm not saying she was bad at all. I thought she was really good in ring, but I put her more in like a Bella kind of category.
Really?
And I think the Bellas are very underrated, by the way, in ring. So it's not a bad thing. I just think she's not an upper level where you would say like a Charlotte, a Becky, a Sasha, a Paige, like the upper echelon kind of women. But I think she's right under there.
I think
I
AJ.
think
Go ahead. I
I
think
think her character work is the best, though. I mean,
great.
they made her general manager of Raw for a reason. I mean, that was historic. You don't take a diva and
Right.
make her the damn GM unless she's amazing on the microphone and she has the character down. And
Right.
I think that her psycho character and and her bouncing around from guy to guy. I think that was some really good work she was doing. When she was with
I love that.
Daniel and she was
Right.
with Kane, and she was going back and forth. And the thing is, she quit for her man. I
Right.
mean, we see this a lot in wrestling. We saw with Beth Phoenix. When the man leaves, the woman leaves. And I was shocked because how big of a fan she was. I mean, how many times did we see that video of her meeting Lita and crying, hysterical?
Right.
That was her dream. She loved her job and she walked away for her man. So her man that she walked away from suddenly goes back to the business. I mean, if I was her, I'd be like, well, then I'm fucking going back too. I mean, I gave up my dream for you. You're going to go back. I'm going to go back. And I think they would welcome her back with open arms, not just because she's great, but because you know how petty WWE can be, and you
Yeah.
don't think they would love to have CM Punk's
And like
wife back under
taunt that shit,
control?
right?
Exactly, like yeah, you may not come back, but yo, your wife's here. And
Yeah.
I think that would be a great first step. I mean, if she goes back and she's happy,
Yeah.
I think they could eventually mend that bridge to get Punk back if his wife's there.
Now, do you think that his wife will go, even if he has no intention of, if he, all right, so he's on the Indies, and you think AJ would go work with the WWE, right? Like that's,
I
you know
think
what I'm
she
saying?
would.
Like,
I mean,
or
I think she might be like maybe for a little while she just accompanies him on the indies, but I think eventually she would, even if she's like, oh, I'm just gonna manage him for a little while, I'm
I
just gonna do
know that's a
appearances. Yeah,
waste of her
exactly.
talent, you
She's
know?
gonna get that itch,
Yeah.
and eventually she's gonna want to go back. And from what I understand, she hasn't burned a bridge like Punk did. I think she would be welcome back, and I think someone would reach out. And if CM Punk, loves this woman like he supposedly does, I don't think he would stand in the way of her going back to her dream that she left for him in the first place. So I can definitely see her going back, but only if Punk goes back. Because I think if Punk sits out, she's gonna sit out with him. But I think in her mind, if he goes back, she's gonna be like, "Why am I still sitting out if he's going back?" Kind of like the Daniel Bryan, Brie Bella situation. Like I think Brie was perfectly happy just sitting out, I'm being on the sidelines with her man. But then now Daniel Bryan's back full time, so I have no doubt that Brie's gonna be like, "Why am I sitting at home now?"
She has a
And she's
kid.
gonna be
Well, the
back.
kid, they have the chance to raise the kid, right?
Yeah, but I mean, she'll be back eventually. Kind of like Maurice, I mean, yeah, they got kids, but I think they'll be back eventually.
I
I
think,
think Nikki will be back too. And yeah, I do believe now that that whole thing was a fucking setup.
yeah,
You think so? Obviously a fucking setup. Now all of a sudden they're back together.
because the show was fucking premiering. The show was about to
Yeah,
premiere. Of
it's
course, yeah,
ridiculous.
man. Like, come on, man. WWE
Hey,
knows how to fucking promote their
hey,
shit,
it's
right?
WWE week. Are you gonna watch any of this shit? They have like a lot of mainstream appearances coming up. Uh, did you see the undercover boss thing with Stephanie and shit? That's this week.
That's the real.
That is
Steph,
real. That episode is this week, dude.
Stephanie's be on Undercover Boss.
hmm As a blonde and shit.
Oh, I gotta fucking watch that shit.
And
Put some
Drop the Mic
Vaseline.
also is WWE week.
Drop the mic.
It's got the Bellas versus the cast of Glow.
Oh, Drop the Mic is fucking so stupid, bro. That's
It
such a
is,
stupid
dude.
show. It
And I
makes
can't believe people think it's real. Like
it.
people tell me like people are like, oh yeah, but they're pretty good, with their rhymes, and I'm like, you don't think that shit's written for them? Are you serious? You think they're going up there and freestyling? Every word is written and rehearsed for these
First of all,
motherfuckers.
this shit makes hip hop look so fucking bad. Like it's like hip hop. Come on, man. What's going on? Like really, really, we're doing this. We're doing this. Like you're taking battling
Raw,
the most part of hip hop
raw,
was like
aggressive. Yeah.
and you're turning it to some baby shit. Like
Mhm.
yo,
I can't lie though. I'm intrigued as fuck because Chris Jericho is going to be battling Layla Ali on that thing.
Layla Ali, who's that?
Yeah, Muhammad Ali's daughter, the boxer.
I couldn't find somebody better.
I don't know, dude. I don't know why he's battling her, but
You know what would intrigue me?
intrigued to see what's going on.
If John Cena
Who can actually rap?
gets on there and he's like, our truth, him and our
Yeah,
truth, I would watch that shit,
yeah, I'd watch that.
right? Like
Or them and Enzo, because you know Enzo's a big time rapper now.
Enzo, right? Well,
That's just a little tease for later on, y'all. Just a little
well,
tease.
bring it up now. Why would you? That's a perfect segue. Why would you fucking not
Yeah,
use that
we'll go
segue?
into that because I want to ask you one more thing before we get into that. Because I made a little list here of stuff to talk about,
Are you gonna
and
ask me how I get my beard so fucking perfect?
no, I'm not gonna ask you that because my
Well,
beard
what I use
way
is
better than yours.
Dollar Shave Club for men. You know.
Fuck Dollar
For
Shave Club.
oh, okay. Well, never mind.
Dude, how you gonna talk about your beard when everyone's looking at my beard right now? Like, come on, man. Let's not get carried away, dude. People at my job shave their beards just because they get tired of looking at my beard every day. Like they're insignificant. Shout out to people at my job who are listening. Yo, there's people at my job that listen to our podcast, dude.
Yeah,
I went into the other day and this dude was like, "Oh, so what do you think?" And he started talking wrestling, and I was like, "You like wrestling?" He's like, "Yo, I was watching your podcast." I'm like, "Oh shit,
that's
there we
cool,
go."
man. Yo,
That's
and
fucking dope.
shout out, and thank you, Selwyn's coworkers. Um,
Yeah, what's up, Nathaniel? You better be watching this shit, motherfucker.
this one's for you, bud. Anyway, um,
Fucking queer.
the, wow, that's
It's a joke at work. Everyone says he's gay. I don't think he's really gay, but he
yeah,
might be.
but
And
you know,
that's cool if you are.
it's
No, I
2018,
don't
bro.
judge
This
that.
is Me Too
Exactly.
movement.
Yeah, me too, motherfucker.
Me too.
Just don't grab my dick. All right, so here's my question.
Yeah,
Shawn Michaels
yeah.
has said he may be open to another match. This is the first time he said anything like this. He's been very anti another match.
I know he's been
Yeah,
anti another match. He's been
but
very anti,
he's
right?
done interviews in the past couple weeks, and twice now he said I might be open to another match.
Here's
So
the thing.
you tell me who the fuck you want to see him.
I don't
Only
want to see
one
it.
more match.
Listen, I don't want to see it if it's him and another legend. Don't show me that shit. If
Yep,
it's
exactly.
if it's him and Finn Balor goes over, give me that. If it's him and fucking AJ Styles and AJ goes over, give me that. If it's him and Shinsuke goes over, give me that.
I think that's what
If
he's
it's
doing
him
because
if
I
it's him
think
and
he has too much respect for
him
the
and
business.
no, I don't think he does. No.
You don't
If
think he
it's no,
does?
oh, bro, he's going over if he has
This
one
is
more
the
match.
new. This is not the old Shawn Michaels, though.
This is the same Shawn Michaels, bro.
You don't think Shawn Michaels has changed? Come on,
Bro,
man.
when he left, when he left the first time, right? When he lost his smile and he came back, did he change? No.
Yeah, he changed.
No, did he change in the ring?
When he fucked up his back and was out for four
Oh,
years and he came
He
back,
changed because he
he
stopped taking
changed.
drugs. Okay. That's
He stopped
different.
taking drug and he found the Lord, and he wasn't a backstage asshole anymore. And
No,
yo,
he's still a
he did
backstage
a
asshole.
lot of jobs. The only time he really bitched and didn't want a job was that Hogan match.
Why wouldn't he wait, right? Okay. The Hogan match, okay. So
Mm-hmm.
why wouldn't he have a match with AJ Styles last year at WrestleMania? Because he said
He wasn't ready then.
no, he said pretty much I'm going over.
No.
And they had the fucking dinner for three.
He
All right.
said he didn't think he was at that level anymore and he didn't want to embarrass himself.
No, he pretty much straight up said to AJ Styles' face, like, yo, I would be going over. And
I don't think Shawn Michaels thinks that he's going to go over anybody at this point if he comes back for one more match.
oh yeah, so why would Hogan think that he would go over anybody? Yo,
Because
you
he's
don't think wrestlers
Hogan.
are delusional, bro? You don't think fucking Shawn Michaels thinks that he's HBK? You know, like, come
But he
on.
is HBK.
Okay, and Hulk Hogan is Hogan, dude. Come on, bro. Like,
But I don't think Shawn Michaels is thinking that he's going over anyone if he comes back.
all right, you
I
think
think he
if
knows
Stone Cold came back, right? If Stone Cold came back, you don't
Mhm.
think Stone Cold is gonna be like, well, I'm going over, bud. You know what I'm saying? Rah, rah, rah.
I think Stone
Redneck.
Cold's different though.
How?
I think Stone Cold has always been that kind of guy. I mean, he's the guy that walked out because he didn't
So
want to
is
put over Brock Lesnar.
so is yo, and HBK is the guy
Yeah,
that fucking lost his smile because
but I'm saying that's the old HBK. After his back injury, when he came back, how many world titles did Shawn Michaels win after he came back from his back injury?
one.
He wrestled for years. He won one title, and he
One.
barely held it for any time. How many people did he put over? Jericho. I mean, he took lots of losses. He was losing all the time.
Wait a minute, wait a minute. He got retaliation for that Jericho. He came up on the
He came up because that was the story, though. But it's not like he was never the top guy. He was never the top guy.
but eventually he went over. He looked good in that storyline, right?
Well, he's gonna look at anyway. He's Shawn Michaels.
Yo, Shawn Michaels. All right.
And yo, honestly, I think too, if he did come back, he would probably go with Daniel Bryan just because he's Daniel Bryan's trainer and stuff. And I think he would definitely put over his student, probably his best student,
Why doesn't Daniel Bryan win Money in the Bank?
because he's not in the match.
Why not? Though?
Because he's fucking wrestling Big Cass.
But
Because I think
imagine,
they're scared.
imagine if they give Daniel Bryan Money in the Bank, bro. And like, just imagine that. Imagine the eyes that would be on that fucking TV every day. Like, yo,
Mhm.
this week Daniel Bryan's gonna cash it in this week. This week, you're pretty
Well,
much
I think they know that if they put him in that match, especially in Chicago, which is like one of their fucking
loudest cities, most
yeah,
vocal.
exactly,
Yeah, yeah.
and he's not gonna win, they're gonna shit all over that match. Like when he was in the Rumble and he didn't win, and they just shit all over it.
So let's.
So I think they're smart to not even put him in if they don't plan on having him win.
But like that's who they need to be having in. Like, see, that's how my attention will be all up in it. Like, yo, if Daniel Bryan's in the match. Like, wait a minute, Daniel Bryan could win. Why isn't Daniel Bryan being pushed to the moon right now? If he's on borrowed time, let's just say he's on borrowed time, right?
Definitely, he's definitely on
He's
borrowed
definitely
time
on borrowed time. Why isn't he having these fucking matches like with the one with Samoa Joe, right? Like, why isn't
because that was a great match. I think he is having great matches though. I mean, that match with Jeff Hardy was. Did you see that match?
it was
I thought that match was
okay?
great.
It was
It was okay.
okay.
That was a great match, dude. The match with Joe was good. I mean, they even with Big Cass in there, it was still good. I mean, I think they just, they were like, look, if we put Daniel Bryan in Money in the Bank, no, and we have no plans of him winning, they're gonna turn on us. They're gonna shit on this match, and they're gonna fuck it all up. So they said, let's not even put him in there. I still, I think they want to save him and Miz for SummerSlam, which I'm fine with because that's a big show and that's the big fucking match they're building up to. I think their feud's going to be amazing. I just think they could have had a better stop. I mean, I would much rather him be feuding with Joe as a little time consumer before they get to Miz than Cass,
Yeah. Well,
because I think that the Cass thing is horrible.
Joe's
I think
doing.
Joe's going to win Money in the Bank, by the way.
You got who's in the let's go through the names. Who's in it?
Yeah, we can go through it. For SmackDown, it is. Oh, well, actually, for
There's
SmackDown
four.
on
There's
Raw,
4 and 4,
yeah,
right?
it's Braun,
Braun's,
Finn,
Braun's gonna win.
Miz, Rusev, Rude, Kevin Owens, Samoa Joe, and a member of New Day.
Any member, right? Whoever they decide, Big E, it's gonna
Yeah.
be Big E.
My question is, there's no rules in Money in the Bank. Why the fuck don't the three of them just all come out and fuck shit up? You know what I mean?
One at a time, or tag each other in, like boom,
No,
tag me in.
but there's no tags in Money in the Bank.
Right, but
And
like
there's no
there's
rules.
only.
The three of them could all just come out and fuck shit up.
But
and
then that's
they
a heel.
decide
That's a
amongst
heel move.
themselves.
That's a heel move, though.
I think they need to turn heel or break up. I think New Day has run its course. They need to do something.
You're fucking dumb. No, bro. New Day.
Dude, they were the number one merchandise mover for a long time. Now they've dropped significantly. Their interest is way down. I think they need to make a move, and I think maybe
they need to add. They need to add a new member. They need to add a new member.
Who would you put in New Day?
Fucking the perfect fit is right. We all see it. Slip and slide, slip and slide. What's his name? Fucking
Titus O'Neil.
yeah, dog. Yo,
No,
do you see the shirt? Did you see
Right.
the shirt that they got though?
Titus World Slide.
Yo, that is
That's a good shirt.
that's so good though, right? Like that's what like that's the type of humor New Day has though, right?
I think
New Day has they clown on each other and they fucking
I think Big E is gonna separate from them soon. I think they're gonna do like a Big E singles push here soon. I don't think either any of them are gonna win it though, and I don't think Braun's gonna win it either. I think it's gonna be a SmackDown person just because they need like
no,
SmackDown.
because they need to get it off of fucking Brock and so.
But I think they're gonna do Brock and Seth. I mean, I think Seth
But
is already.
Brock is not gonna give it up in a match. Brock is gonna have it be Brock is not gonna tap pretty much, right? Or Brock is not getting pinned, right? So Brock
I
is
think if
not
Brock is leaving, I think
putting
Seth's gonna beat
anyone
him
over.
clean.
No one's putting him over. No one is putting Brock over, bro.
I think
Nobody is.
I think Seth's gonna beat him.
Yo, I guarantee no one is going over on Brock. No one. No one.
Why?
Never. Ever. Ever.
Why?
Why? Because they've created better than Andre the Giant. You know, it's a more legendary. Yo, 20 years from now, bro, 20 years from now, people are gonna be talking about Brock Lesnar's reign like, yo, this cat was incredible. He beat the Undertaker streak. Yo, he wrestled with a broken neck. He moonsaulted. It landed on his fucking neck, landed on Kurt Angle, finished the fucking match. Dude,
I think you way overhyped Brock Lesnar's
bro,
run.
I don't think
When
you
he first
hype him
came
enough.
back, yes. When he first came back, yes, but I think he's been back long enough now where it's to the point where it's not a big deal when Brock Lesnar shows
It's
up.
a huge deal to me.
It's not a big deal to me. It just pisses me off that he doesn't show up more.
He
I
doesn't.
feel like he's
Why?
just,
Why does he need to be there
really
though?
because especially in
Yo,
Money in the Bank
there's so
season,
many there's so many belts. Okay, there's so many belts there already. Okay, that it's like it gets confusing. Really, I love the way like Seth is doing it and kind of like because the Universal belt's never really been a fucking belt anyway, dog.
mm,
You know, it's so the Universal belt is just kind of
it has a shitty history. I mean,
I mean,
Finn won it, had to give it up. Then Owens got it. Then he lost it to Goldberg, a part timer who lost it to Brock, who's another part timer. So, yeah, it has a shitty lineage, but still,
so
I don't
like
think
having Brock
he
as a
should, a special attraction
yeah,
that only shows up 4 times a year should not have the title. I think you should be trying to make the title important.
all right. So, but the thing is that when Brock does show up the 4 times of his year, that shit ends up on Sports Center. Everybody's talking about that shit, and he gives up a great match. It's like a great fun to watch match, dog. Like, I think it's fun. I think Brock
It's
Lesnar is good.
okay. I think I think most people are over it by now.
Mm.
I'm personally over it.
Yo, the thing is that Brock Lesnar has been blurring the line between MMA and fucking and wrestling. Okay, and it's what Paul Heyman said. He's adding legitimacy, bringing legitimacy to the WWE, right?
I think in
Because wait a minute, because when he fucking hit somebody, I don't know if that shit was real or fake. It's like, uh, yo, he just split Randy Orton's fucking head in half. I don't think that was supposed to happen.
yeah, the thing with me is
Right? That shit
when he
was
first
insane,
came
dude.
back, when he
That shit.
first came back,
Do you understand like what you're seeing when Randy
yeah.
Orton's
How
head
long
is,
ago was that?
dude? That's I'm still
Years
insane.
ago.
All right. Or how about when he's fucking in the middle of a fucking match, he starts wailing on Braun Strowman.
Yeah, because they fucking started punching each other for real.
All right, that shit is awesome, dog. That shit
But
is
what I'm saying, like,
incredible. What are you
when he
talking about?
first came back, it was like, okay, this is different. This is crazy. But how many years have we seen this now? He comes back, he has the same match with everyone.
That's why
And
no one's going over. No
after
one's
a
going over.
while, it's like it's just the same match. I mean, his match with Joe, his match with Braun. I mean,
Wait a minute, no.
his match, they're all the same matches.
all right, wait a minute. His match with AJ.
That was the only
Shut
different
up, shut up.
match.
His match with Cena.
Yeah, but I'm saying
He
they're
had
all the
that. So
same
then he
matches
had that
until
match.
AJ showed up.
No, and then he had that match with Roman, right? He had the match with Joe, which was a very like, yo, that match with Joe was like, I thought he was gonna lose that match. I thought Joe was gonna win, huh?
No,
No, during the match, I
That
was
was
like,
such a transition match, though. There was
explain,
no way Joe was
explain.
gonna win.
What does that mean, transition match? What the fuck?
That was just a match to get him to Roman. No one thought Joe was gonna win that match.
I thought Joe
Just
was
like
gonna
no
win.
one thought Braun was gonna win
Well, the
that match
thing is that Joe
because
at
they've
that
been
time,
planning that Roman match for so long that no one seriously thought anyone was, and everyone thought Roman was gonna win that match,
the thing
except you.
is that
I will
Joe,
admit it.
that Joe
You
was
didn't think he was gonna win.
Joe was Triple H's little bitch boy at that time, right? And whoever's Triple H's little bitch boy usually does end up fucking going over, man. I thought, I thought that fucking Joe,
This
because
was
the way,
well beyond Joe being Triple H's bitch boy. That was way
no,
back when he first came in and took out Seth. Joe hadn't been with
that
Triple
was
H years by
Joe.
then.
When Joe, who brought Joe in was Triple H, right?
Yeah, and that was the WrestleMania that Seth got
It was
injured. By the
SummerSlam.
time
It was
Yeah,
at SummerSlam.
no, that was WrestleMania because remember Seth almost missed WrestleMania for the second year in a row.
Wait, so Joe versus Brock at WrestleMania? You're telling me?
No, I'm saying that when Joe was Triple H's boy, that was way back during WrestleMania
It was
season because he took out Seth. Because remember, everyone was like, "Holy shit, Seth's gonna miss WrestleMania for the second year in a
But
row."
the gimmick was
So I'm
that he
saying,
worked for the
yeah,
Authority, right?
no, that this match with fucking Brock was months and months later. He hadn't even been associated with Triple H for months when that match took
Yo,
place.
you're
I will look this shit right up now and make you look stupid as a motherfucker. I'm telling
trust
you,
me,
dude.
trust me. You have a hard
Trust
time. You have a hard time making me look stupid, bro. I'm saying. That's all I'm
because you look
saying.
stupid so much that it don't even matter, right?
I mean,
I'm
no. You just
look
have a
this
hard
shit
time
right
making me
out.
look stupid.
All right, cool. You keep talking because I'm gonna look this up just so
Okay.
I can fucking prove you
So
wrong.
let's see. So
All right, here. Samoa Joe injured Seth Rollins on February 2nd,
but we're talking about
2000.
Brock versus Joe, right? That's what we're
Yeah,
talking about,
but you said he was still Triple H's errand boy then.
right?
And when he was Triple H's errand boy is when he hurt this dude, right? So
Right.
let's see how
So
long
wait a minute. When
when
did
he
stop?
hurt Seth.
All right. So wait a minute. Wait a minute. So when Joe comes to the main roster, how does he come to the main roster?
Yeah, as Triple H's boy.
Right. So then
But
what?
after
Wait.
he hurt
Wait. So was he only Triple H's boy for 1 week on Raw?
he was only his boy when he hurt Seth because then they went to the Triple H and Seth match at WrestleMania, and after that it was done.
So you're telling me, right? They had one pay-per-view where they took advantage of the storyline of Joe working for the kind of Authority.
That's exactly what I'm telling you. All right, it was February 2017 that Samoa Joe injured Seth Rollins. Okay. February 2017. They thought Seth was going to miss WrestleMania. He came back and he did WrestleMania and he wrestled Triple H. Okay? Samoa Joe wasn't even on WrestleMania that year. Okay?
Okay.
It was his first year. He wasn't on WrestleMania.
Right.
Okay?
Right.
So remember that date, February 2017. Now, when Samoa Joe took on Brock Lesnar at what was it? Great Balls
SummerSlam.
of Fire? No,
Uh,
it was Great Balls of Fire.
okay.
I'm looking this shit up right now.
Okay.
So Great Balls of Fire. Let's look at the date on this.
Let's look at the Great Balls of Fire promo.
So let's remember February. And this pay-per-view was in July. March, April, May, June, July. Okay. So this was like 5 months later. And it had nothing to do with Triple H. Joe got in the match because he won that qualifying match the month before. Remember that crazy 5-way match with all the other guys? I mean, you can look up anything about Joe. It had nothing to do with Triple H. He wasn't even involved. Joe wasn't with him. It had nothing to do with Triple H. He was not his errand boy in any way.
Okay. Well.
I'm sorry I was wrong.
No, hold on. I'm not wrong. And I know because
yeah, you are wrong.
Hold on.
Because Joe, right after his debut, he was Triple H with Triple H and all, and then by the next month he was, feuding with Sami Zayn, and he was, going against Finn Balor, and Triple H was nowhere to be seen in any of this.
I want you to know you are really special. Oh, okay, bro.
Yes.
I don't think
matchups this industry has ever produced. I've faced the
You
very
don't think
best
what?
in the world.
1 second. Um,
Know him by the trail of carnage
Here's what
left in his
happened,
wake.
okay? They brought
I'm
in Joe to be
mission
Triple H's
focused. I know what I
enforcer.
want.
Joe
And I'm
accidentally
not
fucked
afraid
up
to
Seth
take all and
Rollins
every
for
avenue
real.
to get to
They
that
thought that Seth
accomplishment.
Rollins wasn't even
Stare
going to
into
work
the eyes of the
WrestleMania, so they moved Joe on. Maybe they were going to do something longer. Maybe they had something planned long term, but they didn't even think Rollins was going to make WrestleMania. They moved Joe on. He started feuding with Sami Zayn. He started doing other things. All of a sudden, right before
so
Mania, they're
that's
like,
where he
oh
injured.
shit.
That's where he injured homeboy,
That's where
right?
what?
He injured Seth, right? Was it right here?
Yes. Yes. So once that happened, they had nothing for Joe to do with Triple H because they were like, oh shit, now Seth's not even working WrestleMania. So they moved Joe on. And then all of a sudden, Seth could work. So then he worked Triple H. He beat Triple H. The story was over. There was no reason to go back to Joe and Seth because the story was over. They were going to do Joe and Seth at Fastlane, where Seth had to beat Joe to get to Triple H. But he injured Seth, so that story was over. They moved him on. And then by the time he beat Triple H at WrestleMania, there was no reason to have Joe be Triple H's heavy anymore. So they just moved Joe on, and that story was over. So by the time Joe got to Lesnar, no one even remembered he was Triple H's boy. That's all I'm saying. And we wasted way too much time on this, but it was worth it just to prove you wrong. You're welcome.
I still think. All right. Well, I guess you win that one. All right. You win that one.
That's right, boy. But yeah, so you still didn't answer my question though.
What?
So you would go with Finn Balor as HBK's last match? You wouldn't go with AJ or Daniel Bryan?
Tell you the truth, I'd rather see. Tell you the truth, what I really want to see is Triple H versus fucking HBK.
Are you serious? Why would you want to see that? You just fucking said you don't want to see any
but
part-time old-timer bullshit.
I know, but like, I just think that would be like, because they have classics, they have like, they give you like, ooh, both of those guys, man. And I feel like they are competitive within one another, and they try and one up each other, dude. And I mean, it's apparent, of course, like,
You have a chance to have a dream once-in-a-lifetime match. You're gonna have a match we've seen 100 times.
yeah, bro, which is stupid. Or I'd like to see Brock versus Shawn Michaels.
Ooh, I don't know about that. I think that'd be too dangerous for sure. A one-time deal.
See,
Ooh.
but that's the thing. Is like I want to see the things that we're not supposed to see. I want to see Brock destroy Shawn Michaels. Like that's my Shawn Michaels is my idol growing up, dog. I used to like sit in my room and do this like bang, like and then the like with his music, like as he walked down, like I was a Shawn Michaels mark.
It's the greatest of all time, definitely.
if I
I'll give
watch
him and
if
Flair
I
for you.
watch Brock Lesnar fucking destroy my fucking like imagine like all right, just imagine when Shawn Michaels fucking retired Ric Flair, how emotional that shit was. Man, I cried, you cried, everybody fucking yo.
I
That's
was there live. I was balling.
I can't even watch that shit without feeling like, and then going the camera pans to Charlotte and Charlotte's fucking crying. And it's like you don't even realize it's Charlotte, but
Yeah,
it's
definitely.
like
That was like one of the greatest moments of my life was being there live to see that shit.
right, all right. Like, but the thing is that Brock Lesnar is the top of the cream of the crop right now. Okay, no matter,
God, you're
no matter.
so high on Brock.
You need to understand that.
He's like your American
But
Jinder
everybody
Mahal.
else is right. The thing is that the company is high on Brock, dude. Every Dana White is high on Brock, dude. You know what I'm saying?
I'm
Like
over.
Paul Heyman is high on Brock, dude. All right, no more Brock. But
completely torn between AJ and Daniel. I think Daniel, the emotional significance, the backstory, the history would be amazing, but I think AJ and Sean would have the better match.
I want them. You know what I would want? I want them to put on
Okay.
a series where CM Punk cannot help but to watch it, and that would be like a storyline between Samoa Joe and Daniel Bryan. Um, all right, I know that's I don't I know Samoa Joe and CM Punk were friends in ROH, right?
Hmm.
I'm aware that I've seen like their shoot videos together. What is your opinion on shoot videos, by the way? Do you watch like the you shoots case?
Occasionally, I think they're good when it's someone that is controversial and stuff. I think a lot of them are just really super boring because it's just like a regular interview. I think when it's a controversial subject or someone that's really funny and can tell a good story, then I
have,
think it's good.
have you seen the ICP one?
Yeah, I love the ICP one because it was entertaining. It's not just some guy telling stories from the road. If it's ICP, if it's Jim Cornette, if it's someone that can tell a fucking story, then I think it's sometimes they're good.
There was another one I thought was really good.
I think kayfabe commentaries does it the best of
Yeah,
everyone,
they
though.
do.
They
Kayfabe
do it
commentary.
very. They take a different direction with it.
Yeah,
That's why it's not just have a seat and let's talk. They
right.
really go.
They
They fucking
they
make it
go by
entertaining.
they date by date. Like they have different series, right? They have
Yeah,
the
like I love their guest booker. I love their timeline. They have a lot of good shit on kayfabe commentary.
yeah. I agree. I like kayfabe commentary. I mean, fuck, man. Like when I watch that shit, I'm like, man, why didn't I think of this? You know what I'm saying? Like, why didn't I
Yeah.
fucking think of this shit? But we were talking about
What? Well, you were like starting to say something. Were you saying something like that like because you were talking about a bunch of different guys when we were talking about Shawn Michaels. Were you thinking of like
yeah, like
doing
so
like a
saying
tournament for the right to face him? Because I think that would be
no,
amazing.
no,
If you
no,
got
no.
like,
I'm saying take like a storyline that he had in ROH, okay, and almost taunt him with it, or almost be like, um, you know what I'm saying? Like, kind of,
taunt CM Punk.
yeah, like to the point of where I
Well,
don't
how do
know,
we get back on CM Punk?
I don't know. That's
We
what
were talking about Shawn Michaels' last match.
oh yeah, Shawn Michaels' last match. I'd want to see him get retired, right? I'd want to see him get put down, you know, like for lack of a better word, like have him be put down, like the same way he did to Ric Flair, by the cream of the crop, by whoever's on top. Now it could be like Roman Reigns, but Roman Reigns just put away the Undertaker, right? Or I'd like to see Seth Rollins versus Shawn Michaels, bro.
Yeah, that would be really good because I think Roman is on such borrowed time right now that it would do no good for him to get that kind of a giant rub and then
Yeah,
he's just gonna leave a couple
yeah.
months later. But a guy like Seth, I think maybe like a guy like AJ, maybe he's already a made man. I
I
don't think he
think
needs
yeah,
it.
no, no,
But
yeah.
maybe a guy like Seth or maybe even a
A
return,
Miz, maybe
even
Miz.
Daniel Bryan.
I
I
almost
think
want to
he's a
say
little.
Miz because then it would
Are you coming
legitimize.
around on Miz?
I just think it would if Miz beat if Miz retired Shawn Michaels, then I'd kind of be like, who's this Miz guy? You know what I'm saying? Like let me start paying attention to his matches. You know,
So you think who do you think wins Money in the Bank?
so Braun Strowman 100%, 100% Braun Strowman.
I don't
Braun
know if I'm.
Strowman Braun Strowman's been winning everything that he's in, bro. What makes you think he's gonna lose, dude? Like honestly,
I
he
don't.
wins everything.
Because I think it's going to be a SmackDown guy because I think Brock's not around enough for them to put on a Raw guy. Because the thing about Money in the Bank is the intrigue. It's the that this guy, the champion, is on on Raw,
But it doesn't
SmackDown,
matter. It doesn't
NXT.
matter how often Brock is on TV.
It does
It's
matter
just no,
because
because all it
there's
is
no
that
intrigue in the story.
Braun Strowman just becomes Mr. Money Bank, and he carries that suitcase around.
Yeah,
And
but what's the excitement of him carrying around the suitcase when Brock's not going to be there for the next 6 weeks, right? What's the excitement in that? How is that compelling TV? Here's Braun with his
like, cause he
briefcase.
can,
By the
cause
way, Brock's not going to be here till fucking
well,
SummerSlam.
no, all
We're
right,
not going to see him for
look,
2 months.
No,
How's that
that's
good
not true.
TV?
That's not true. Brock. Okay, so Brock does show up once in a while, bro.
I
He
don't know.
shows up once in a while, and you don't really need, and Braun Strowman doesn't need to fucking, taunt his run in until, taunt like be like, oh, he comes down to the side of the ring while fucking Brock is in there. You know what I'm saying? Or what? And guess what? That's what Paul Heyman's fucking there for, dude. Come on, man. Paul Heyman's there for a fucking reason, all right? Paul Heyman's there to fucking be there when Brock's not there. Paul Heyman's there to sell the fucking pay-per-views and sell the matches when
Paul Heyman's barely ever there
because
either,
guess
though.
what? Brock Lesnar does not give a fucking shit about the WWE, and that's the way it has to be.
Brock
That's
Lesnar doesn't give a
why,
shit about anything.
and that's why it's so fucking cool, dude. It's cool because he doesn't give a shit. Like that's why I like it, man. Because everybody looks at the WWE like, oh, WWE, But look at Ryback, all right? Ryback would have been the perfect fucking specimen, right, to take Brock Lesnar out. Okay,
Ryback was that great.
bro. Yo, when Ryback first showed up, feed me more. Yo,
Oh yeah, he was so great that he was getting booed and people were chanting Goldberg. He was amazing. He was so amazing. They made him a damn jobber and teamed it with Curtis Axel for months. It wasn't until he got injured and they were desperate for another guy that they gave him a push. Come on, man. Don't rewrite history, man. Let's tell the
I'm
real
not
story.
Yo, first of
You
all,
are rewriting history. He was
Ryback,
not a big giant star.
yo, Ryback was hot for 3 weeks. Okay, Ryback was hot for 3 weeks, and
He was hot when he feuded with Punk and Cena. That was it.
right,
That was it. And that
right.
was all Punk and that was all Cena.
And
No one give a fuck about Ryback.
all right, why are you such a hater on Ryback though?
I'm not a hater. I'm just saying you're acting like he was the goddamn second coming here.
No, but I'm acting like he could have been a legitimate threat to fucking Brock Lesnar today. Like if he was still in the company today, he could have been a legitimate threat.
He wasn't when he was there though.
Because Ryback and Brock Lesnar weren't on the same Ryback was not a fucking contender.
They booked him like shit.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like you booked Ryback like shit.
So what makes you think they would have booked him any better that he would be a legitimate threat?
It could have been.
Win the women's Money in the Bank.
Sasha.
You don't give a fuck, do you?
Sasha Banks.
Sasha.
Don't make me
AJ and Nakamura. I think they need to pull the trigger on. If they don't put the title on Nakamura now, it's just such a waste.
Are they in the
last man standing?
Yes, the last man standing. It's gonna be a smosh. It's not.
You think they're gonna continue this?
It's going to SummerSlam, bro.
Oh my God, they need to stop this.
I mean, what else are you gonna see them do? I mean, I don't mind it, to be honest. I look forward to it.
Yeah, but dude, they need to stop this.
But who are you gonna give it to?
Who are you gonna give it to? You've got Joe, you've got Brian. You can go in a lot of different directions. You don't need to keep these two with each other.
I like it. I honestly like. I know that. Okay.
This is gonna be like the 5th match, though, aren't you over it?
So what? So come on, no. Look, man, my favorite fight back in the day were Triple H versus The Rock, fucking Bret Hart versus Shawn Michaels, fucking
but they would go 3 months and they wouldn't go back to it for a year.
Stone Cold versus McMahon, the Nation of Domination versus D-Generation X. Like this is the shit that I was kind of like, oh yeah, it's gonna be a good episode of Raw.
They were all 3-month feuds though. They would do their 3 months. They would move on, and they wouldn't go back to it for like a year or so. The only thing that went on was Austin and McMahon, and that could go on because they never wrestled. They wrestled what? In the years they feuded, they had maybe 1-2 legit matches.
Okay.
So you could keep going with it,
First of
if
all,
you're wrestling every week, how long can you just have these two guys facing each other?
So we were speaking earlier about what the hardcore fan notices, right, and what the average fan notices. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So now, do you think that the average fan knows that, or how about this? Do you think that even the hardcore fans have knowledge of AJ Nakamura's past knowledge, or even have seen any of the matches?
No.
Have you?
Their past, though.
Well,
yes, I've seen their
so
New
wait a
Japan
minute.
stuff.
Okay, so wait a minute.
Nothing to do with my point.
Wait a minute, bro. It has to do with something with my point. And my point is, right, is that their feud transcends a timeline, dude. Their feud does not just kind of stop and start and end in WWE. You know, it's kind of like one of those you know, it's a crossover. You know what I'm saying? It's like when DC met fucking Marvel kind of thing. It's just it's they have it in New Japan. They have it in fucking WWE. They're gonna have it in the Indies. You know what I'm saying? And when they're in MMA, they're gonna do it in MMA. It's kind of like it transcends the fucking like,
Okay, so yeah, okay, so
you know. And I like it.
so
I
what's your
think it's
point?
kind of I like the fact that it's like just a back and forth. There's no it's like good and bad. You know, no one ever really wins at the end of the day. It's just there's just fighting. You know,
But like
there's just two
they're
forces on
not yeah, I understand what you're saying, but it's not like they were bitter enemies in New Japan and they had 100 matches, they had an
the.
amazing
No wait,
feud or
no,
something.
but how many matches did they have though?
They had a couple matches. They had a really good Wrestle Kingdom match the year that they both got signed away. But it's not like they were Kevin Owens and
Sami Zayn.
Sami Zayn or Samoa Joe and Daniel Bryan. You know, I mean, just because you could say that about tons of guys
All
in
right.
WWE. You
Here's
know,
the thing. Here's the thing. Their last match, I thought their last match was very entertaining,
yeah, the
and
last one.
I want to see that. I want to see more, dude. That's to tell you the
I
truth.
want to see. I want to see it.
You know, when they say fight forever, fight forever, that's kind of like,
What about
all right, that's what I feel
I'm
about
over
it.
them. Uh, Aren't you fucking? What the fuck? Do you think Ronda Rousey deserves to have a women's title match already?
If they have to give it to her, dude. They have to. Well, because you just got 100,000 new eyes on the product, right? Don't bore them. Don't put those eyes to sleep, you know. And those eyes are watching for one reason, and all those are all like 100,000 little girls watching that fucking television for Ronda Rousey, watching 3 hours of Raw for Ronda Rousey. Do not bore those fucking little girls and give them what the fuck they want. Give them Ronda Rousey. You know what I'm saying? Don't bore them.
What the fuck, dude? Do you not realize that they put months into building up Nia Jax
Yo, it's a woman's belt, bro.
for this,
It's Raw
for
woman's belt,
this,
bro.
and
Don't.
then like,
It's a
dude, they
it's
built months building up Nia Jax,
bro.
trying to make her like some fucking role model, talking about.
I
She
know, right?
spent months talking about
She calls
I'm being
herself fat. Now she
bullied,
calls herself fat.
and now she
She's
goes out there and fucking bullies people.
But she
Like,
called herself fat. She's
jeez.
like, you can't get that. You can't even get that armbar around me. It's like, bitch, because you so
Yeah,
fat. You
and
know what I'm saying?
she's bullying these bitches. Like, watch this exhibition. I'm gonna beat the shit out of this girl. Bitch, you just spent 2 months talking, crying about being bullied, and now you're being a bully. Like, Jesus, they're basically shit on their whole year to give Ronda Rousey this belt, and it kind of pisses me off. I'm not gonna lie.
You know who I'd rather see though than fucking
Sasha
Nia
Banks.
Jax? No, I'd rather see Charlotte. I'd rather see Charlotte.
That's too much. That's too money to waste right now.
Yeah.
That's gonna be a main event. So,
But that's like something I'd be like, oh, God, I gotta watch that. You know,
right.
like I can't.
Was that Lashley's sister thing the worst thing you've ever seen?
Um,
It was fucking up there, was.
yo, Lashley, and Sami Zayn are. Why are you fucking? Why? Like, what do you? Yo,
I hate
honestly,
that, dude.
man, I feel like if I had a job as a writer at the WWE, I'd fucking love that shit so much, dude. And I think about it like, man, like I could come up with. I've been watching wrestling for, dude, literally, man. Like I've been watching this shit since like Vader. No, I've been watching since Hulk Hogan and fucking Ultimate Warrior, Macho Man Randy Savage days. Okay, and I remember Vader was coming out and he was fighting, having a match with Shawn Michaels, and Shawn Michaels freaking out like something's going on. Like it's like what the fuck is going on? You know, like it catches my attention and then fucking Mankind is in the boiler room, fucking ripping his hair out. You know, like there's moments that I've watched throughout wrestling, man, and classic time, like classic moments.
And
You
you're
know, like
saying that Lashley's sisters isn't one of them?
no, I'm getting to that, right? Like classic, like moments of Raw that have kept me watching my entire life, bro. I'm an old man. I've been watching my entire life, and then you see a fucking segment like Wait a
Yep.
minute, wait a minute,
Exactly.
wait. But it's like, no, 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 no. This is not thrown together, okay?
Mm-mm. This is written and rehearsed, and someone still thought it was a good idea to put it out there.
And then talk about it the next week,
Fucking horrible.
bro.
And after you just signed $1 million deal with Fox, you put this on TV.
Wait a minute, it's $1 billion deal, bro.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
$1 billion deal.
Yo,
And you put
don't get
this
it,
on TV.
don't get. But that shit. All right, I heard something interesting. Okay, somebody said that $1 billion deal, okay, just killed the WWE network, and I think it's kind of true, right?
Maybe.
Because what it does is now your most
I don't
important
know.
event. No, your most important event now is SmackDown. That's your most important fucking show, hands down. Nobody, SmackDown is now the flagship show. Agree or disagree, right? Agree.
I don't know because I think Raw,
Wait a minute.
because Vince is always about Raw.
Vince is about fucking
I
money,
don't. Do
dude.
you
Vince is
think all
about
of a
business,
sudden
dog.
they're gonna put Roman and Ronda and all these people on SmackDown?
Yes.
Maybe if they end the brand split.
No, I think that SmackDown is going to be a show, and then Raw is going to be for the hardcore fans.
They're gonna flip it totally around.
Raw is going to be for the hardcore fans.
They're gonna make Raw the wrestling show.
Right, right. So we're gonna get like it's gonna be for the marks. We're not for the marks, the smarts, right? And then the kids are gonna get the Cenas, the fucking, like the Ronda Rouseys, the fucking, then your pay-per-views are meaningless right now because you have no reason to fucking um uh,
But they still have the pay-per-views on the network. I mean, I don't think they're just gonna shit on the pay-per-views. I think they're still gonna build to the pay-per-views. And I mean, the network is more than just, I mean, the network doesn't get Raw or SmackDown anyway, but I mean,
it
you
gets
still
this.
got NXT, you still get 205 Live,
NXT
you
is
still
going
get the
to
originals.
NXT is going to the Fox News,
No,
Fox
it's not.
Sports. Yeah, it's going. Fox Sports is going to be
It's
live,
not.
bro. It is.
It's not. I will make you a bet right now that we don't see NXT on Fox Sports within the next year.
Wait, no, I didn't say next year. I don't know. Fucking.
Oh, so it's gonna go eventually, like 5 years from now? Okay, yeah,
No, all
maybe.
right, no, no. When the deal is closed, when the deal is finalized with fucking Fox, no, have you not heard this, or you just saying that I don't know my shit?
I've heard people saying it, then I've seen it the debunked like literally a day later.
Okay. Well, I didn't maybe see it. Maybe I
But they
just see a
still
post
have
about it being debunked. How about
they
that?
still have archives, I mean, I think the network's gonna be fine. The thing is, right now at the point they're at, the network is just bonus for them. The network's a bonus, house shows are a bonus, merchandise is a bonus. They don't need to sell anything anymore. These TV rights deals, they're making more money than they've ever made. Like the only thing that they really need is to keep ratings. That's the thing. They're making more money than ever. It's not like before where we need to make money off house shows, we need to make money off merchandise, we need to make money off the network. Their TV rights fees are so ridiculous right now that they're making so much money that they don't need to fucking do anything but keep the network happy. And that's where I think it could be a good thing for wrestling, because if you're putting on shitty shows consistently that nobody's watching and your ratings drop, the network's not going to be happy. And right now you're a slave to the networks, and you're going to turn around and try to do anything you can to improve the show, which may mean we get better stories, better matches. So it could be a good thing in the end, in my opinion. A lot of people are like, well, now they have all this money, they have no incentive to do anything right because they're going to make their money anyway. Yeah, you're going to get your money, but you think you're going to get fucking, when your contract expires, you're going to get re-signed? You think you're going to get fucking to double your rights fees if your ratings are shitty because your show sucks? Hell no, you got to deliver right now. So I think it's going to turn out to be a good thing in the end.
I mean, it's a good thing for sure, but I just don't think that when I say kill the network, I just think that the content value of the network is gonna diminish. You know what I'm saying? Like I just think that the network's gonna become a second, an afterthought. Right now, it's been the focus, you know, and I feel like it's gonna become an
Yeah,
afterthought
definitely.
because
Everything's gonna be about
SmackDown, SmackDown,
yeah. Everything's
Friday,
gonna be about
Friday nights, because it's gonna be like Monday Night Football. You know, like that's kind of like the vibe that
because this is not USA. This is major network television.
it's
It's not
huge.
like when they were on UPN or WB. You know, when they were on minor stations. This
This
is
is
fucking
Fox.
big. This is the
This is
biggest
fucking Fox,
platform
dog. Yeah,
they've ever had in their lives.
yeah.
And if you think about the coverage they're getting on ESPN right now,
Hmm.
I mean, if
And
you
every
combine
night, so
Fox and
every
ESPN,
yeah.
I mean, they could. This is like the most eyes they're ever gonna have ever on them. So they have to deliver. All right, hey, how long have we been fucking going?
I have no idea. Let me check. Can you check us on that website? Who cares? Are you done? I'm done. If you're done, I'm done. I don't give a shit.
No, I want to fucking. I'm seeing how much more shit we can get to on this list. I'm trying to cover
Let's
everything
cover it
before
all.
the time.
Come on, I'm chilling. Let's go. I mean, I got
Yeah.
my joint. I'm good. Let
Hey,
me get a water. Let's do a little. Let's do a little intermission.
let's watch Enzo Amore's video.
How about that? Yeah, we'll do Enzo Moore's video. I'll get some water. And let's do that 1 second here. I'm gonna get
Yeah,
that going.
yeah. I'll take a piss. Oh well, we can't both go at the same time. We can't just leave it dead air.
How about you go take a piss while I set this up?
All right, cool.
All right. So while Trump goes,
I'll be back, disbelievers.
I should change it to. So one moment while I. And we're back. Because
Back.
Trump, yeah. So I'm just setting up this video real quick for Enzo.
Yup.
So
I ain't even gonna lie, man. I hated it. I watched it a couple times. Now I'm just fucking. I'm jamming with it, yo.
now, well, see now you leave me intrigued because it's like, well, is it that good? Is it?
I don't know, man. I don't know. Maybe I'm a glutton for punishment. I mean, we're fucking juggalos. We like horrible music anyway.
Um, yeah, but I also like good music. You know, like I feel
Yeah,
like
true.
there's some good shit I like, and I'll listen to fucking really whatever.
Me too. I think
Uh,
like the fact that it's basically his whole story about how him being accused and now the charges are dropped and he basically fucking lost his job and everything.
yeah, it's true.
It kind of makes me want to root for him. So when he's like rapping and hitting at his accuser, I'm kind of like, yeah, fuck that bitch. I want to be on his side, so I kind of rock with it.
Right. You want to be like, fuck that bitch because
Yeah,
she's claiming rape when she
yeah,
wasn't rape. Well, the thing is, that I've always liked Denzel Moore,
I
I,
have too.
but
On the mic at least, his in ring is
but
horrible.
I don't mind him being gone either. So if he's not with Big Cass, I really don't give a fuck. To
That's
tell
the
you the
thing
truth.
is that they needed each other.
They need each other. They still do. I feel like.
Yeah, they still do.
Yeah. So it's
Big Cass is needing him fucking bad right now.
yeah, like seeing how much more entertaining would it be though if that's what we saw, a big cast with fucking Enzo versus Daniel Bryan, wouldn't that be more fucking?
It would be because fucking Enzo could be fucking killing Daniel Bryan on the mic right now.
Um, the thing is also that
How satisfying would it be to have Enzo just killing Daniel Bryan on the mic every week, not
right.
worried, passes his backup, and then Daniel finally gets his hands on Enzo? I mean, that would be so satisfying. That would be a great payoff.
But the thing is that he can also go after fucking like I feel like Enzo can actually fight Daniel Bryan because they're the same size. You know, I mean, not
Yeah,
really,
yeah. I
right?
think it would get slaughtered though. I don't think it would be anyone would take it serious. Oh shit! Are you ready to rock out?
With some
Hey,
Enzo
this is
more.
our first ever live reaction, y'all.
Is it?
Stepping up.
Are we stepping up? Hold on, I gotta
I
figure.
guess we're stepping up.
I gotta figure this out.
Yeah, you're watching the wrong video.
Oh, am I watching? This
Yeah,
is a
you're
new
watching the
video.
new video. You know what? I'm fucked up. I like the new video too. I was like sitting here before we got on the shit, listening to it, like, go Enzo.
Well, um, I haven't started. I'm just trying to.
Fuck it, let's watch them both.
Okay, we're watching both. How about that? But we wanna
Let's watch the Phoenix one first, though.
wait. I'm just gonna play this one. All right. So let's play this one first, just because. Just
It's already up. All right, cool. Play. Oh, they're coming back. Hey, ladies. Hello, ladies. Was that Little Shop of Horrors? Play it.
Ultimate measure of man isn't where he stands. Times of comfort and convenience, but where he stands, times of challenge and controversy. On my knees, I said my prayers. I think he heard me. The devil rolled up and blowed up. He caught me with my head down. I look up and then I struck. Fear has two meanings. Forget everything and run. Face everything and rise. I looked the devil in the fucking eyes. I seen his evil, I heard his lies. So I put faith in my reply. I said amen among a million things I could have said.
Hey.
But I chose to hold my breath.
This motherfucker. I can't hear it, motherfucker. Oh. All right, well, fuck. You should have said something. Let me go watch the stream.
This is death before design on what success without no honor. It's an unseasoned dish.
All right, well, I'll go watch it on the stream. Start it over. I didn't tell you to play this fucking song. I told you to play the other one. Why are you hating on Enzo? Phoenix, motherfucker. I haven't listened to the new song enough to see if I love it or not.
We are live from Brooklyn, New York for the 25th anniversary of sports entertainment. We will be live in 2 dozen languages in almost 200 countries around the world.
Yeah, now I can't hear you, motherfucker.
It's the 25th anniversary of wrestling tonight. And if you knew
this is a fucking train wreck right now. This is what happens when you try new
anything about
things.
commitment,
Okay, I can hear it now. Okay, cool. Are we on the same part here? They're talking about Raw 25 and shit.
you wouldn't be asking me to go to the store for you. Now let me say and do my work.
You fucking piece of shit in that wrestling!
Mom, you let me do my job. Hello? What do you mean? What do you mean? Oh, hold on, breaking news.
Listen up, you sloppy jalopy son of a bitch. Sitting on your fucking couch with your fucking phone in your hand, doing your armchair detective work, think you know what the fuck's going on. When was the last time you kept a 2-month social media silence? Think I wasn't gonna say shit?
I'ma let y'all talk shit. If I had a fuck to give, I would give it. If you feeling froggy, you ain't gotta leave, all you gotta do is rip it. Putting on a zero fucks given exhibit. I got nothing to lose. Minute for minute, then a minute to win it. Sky's the limit. Sorry, officer, gotta admit it. Yeah, I'm over the limit. Left car down with a one-way ticket. Rolled up with it, sparked that bitch. Turned it down with it, lit my lips. Piss excellence, bitch, I just shit it. I full of hate on the crazy eights. Let's see y'all pivot. Ball my court, bounce back, ran number 24. Put a shit footprint right off my image. Don't just love, cause you can listen. Double that sword, one side love, one side hate. Either way, I glisten. I ain't dumb. What's he gonna say? What's he gonna do? Got him on the toes like a midget. At a urinal. Couple red roses, I'm a gimmick. Couple tears at the funeral. They cry tears of joy at my funeral. They cry tears of joy at my funeral. Still I rise from the ashes like a phoenix. Middle finger to the sky, gripping my consensual penis. Lying asshole out in Phoenix. When I say this shit, I mean it. Fuck you, Marks, I hate it. This for all my fans are waiting. And
How close they are together? I don't fucking know. What were you saying? Yeah. That's the best part. That and bitch, I'm reincarnated.
Entertainment's hottest free agent. Bitch, I'm reincarnated. Gucci with you dirty bitch. Faggots is bliss, so is innocence. This apocalypse, guilty till you proven innocent. Ass back was bullshit, is it? Ass back was bullshit, is it? I got a lot less to prove than you. The only thing I put in that pudding was proof. Yeah, the proof is in the pudding, bitch. Pudding ain't got no roof or lean. No, I ain't Bill Cosby, bitch. No, I ain't Bill Cosby, bitch. Proof is only ingredient.
Nah, I can hear our audio way behind. Yeah, this was a bad fucking idea. Well, I can hear the music video on the page that you told me to go to, but I'm also hearing the audio like seconds later. The audio of us talking is late, so I can hear like our live audio and the music and our delayed audio all playing at the same fucking time. Confusing as shit. Yeah, fuck it. We'll figure when we figure it out. We'll do this a lot better. Then we can do live reactions. But yeah, I mean, I've seen this video 100 times anyway. Though this is more about what you think about it anyway. Yeah. Did you hear the second verse about his rape accuser and shit?
No, what was that?
Yeah, listen to the second verse, man. Verse is the best verse. He goes hardest motherfucker on his rape accuser.
Used to make this shit. They can feel when you're real. When you genuine, when you buy the wheel. 60s as a role model. Time to start the remodel. Going full throttle. I ain't thinking about tomorrow. I ain't got a buck to bar. Lawyer up and wipe it down. See you at the civil trial. Bitch, and wages getting garnished. Bitch, and wages getting garnished for my image that you tarnished. I ain't asking for an ounce of sorrow. So this was day my life. I can't wait for tomorrow. I can't wait for tomorrow. Rockstar lifestyle might not make it. Fame can be forsaken. Tweet allegation, falsified statement, fake news and defamation. To the media speculation based on misinformation is the basis of damnation for our whole.
I said I like that part where he goes into like the motherfucking falsely accused, and the Me Too movement and all women's revolution. It hurts them, when they're falsely accused and shit like that. Like there's some real shit. There's some real shit going on in the context of all the video. Yeah, yeah. He's a G. Bury him a G, motherfucker. You wouldn't understand because you're not a G. You're a G.
Break a story. And then you jump to conclusions. Breaking anchor.
You hear the beginning, motherfucker. I can't hear shit.
Brooklyn, New York, for the 25th anniversary of sports entertainment. We will be live in 2 dozen.
It's the 25th anniversary of wrestling tonight. And if you knew anything about commitment, you wouldn't be asking me to go to the store for you. Now let me stay and do my work.
You fucking piece of shit in that wrestling.
Mom, you let me do my job.
Are you still listening to that shit?
Oh? What do you mean? What do you mean? Oh, hold on, breaking news.
Mom called it. You're a piece of shit, but now it's over.
Yeah, fuck it. I can't fucking hear anything. Cancel that
Why?
shit. This is a bad idea.
But you can't hear it because you demand to like see it live, and then I just don't have
No,
the
man.
clue.
The thing is, you told me to go to the page to watch it, and we're supposed to be reacting to it, but I can't react to it when the audio is late. You know what I mean? And I'm hearing three different things at the same time. That's what
Why
I'm
is
saying.
the audio is only late because you're watching?
So I'm supposed to just watch it and shut the fuck up? What's the point of watching
No,
it?
you're supposed to go to the YouTube page and watch it. Like, don't go to.
I am watching it on YouTube.
And the audio is late. It's out of sync.
Yeah, like whatever we're saying comes through on YouTube seconds later. So I'm hearing the video live, and I'm seeing our reaction.
Where are you hearing the video though?
I'm hearing the video on YouTube.
And where are you watching the video?
I'm watching the video on YouTube.
So you're saying
I'm seeing what we're doing on Skype happening seconds later.
Right. So whose fault is that, motherfucker?
Your fault.
No.
How is that my fault?
So stop watching it on Skype and just go to watch it on YouTube. That way.
I can't because if I turn off fucking Skype, either I can't see you or I can't hear you. And it's like if I turn off if I mute you on Skype, I can't hear you on YouTube.
Oh.
It's still delayed. That's what I'm saying. If I mute you on Skype and I just try to watch it on YouTube, the audio is still delayed. There's a delay no matter what. So I got to keep the Skype volume on to hear you, but then I'm also hearing the music live and I'm hearing our reaction delayed.
I
So I'm
understand.
hearing three things at once.
I understand your dilemma. Okay.
Yeah, so shut the fuck up.
All right, you make me want to smoke, bro. So
Yeah, motherfucker.
I
Me
still
too.
haven't gotten my water. So why don't you do me a favor and tell me about something that's going on that we got to look forward to, I guess.
Let's talk about the motherfucking gathering lineup.
Sounds great.
And we can get the fuck out of here because it's like fucking 8 o'clock at night.
No, I did want to talk about Bobby Lashley for a moment.
Yeah, let's talk about Bobby Lashley.
And I think how fucking funny it is where Bobby Lashley, when he comes out of Gorilla, and he comes out like the fucking pop that he gets is fucking huge, and he's got this big smile on his face when it's silent. Do you notice? Like how Bobby Lashley gets no fucking nothing, and he's just like, yeah, guys, come on, and it's like,
I noticed that Bobby Lashley. It was pretty horrible.
I hate Bobby Lashley.
He was, I forget, I think it was that Money in the Bank qualifying match, that three-way.
That was what I'm talking about.
Yeah, he kept like fucking playing to the crowd, and they were booing him. They were like, what? They were in the UK or something, huh? And they were booing him hard. And he kept like fucking playing to the crowd, and I was like, dude, stop that.
It, right. Fuck,
stop that. But like, the next week when they were back in the US, it got a little better until they did that sisters thing, and then how do you expect anyone to cheer this motherfucker after that?
Well, are they making like Sami Zayn a heel? I mean, I guess he is a heel, but like he's not. I don't see him and Bobby Lashley. I don't know why it's not Big Cass and Bobby Lashley, Sami Zayn and Daniel Bryan.
Brands, man. They're all on different brands.
That's what
I think that they think that Sami Zayn is kind of like a gatekeeper for their monsters. I don't know if it's because he takes a really good beating or what, but because they did the same thing with Braun. Remember when Braun came in and was murdering people? His first real feud was with Sami, and they made it, Sami Zayn, was like his first real program. So I don't know if they think Sami's just, a good enough worker that he can go in there and take the beating and look good with, these bigger monster type guys, because they use him for that role a lot. But the dynamics all fucked up because it's like when he did it with Braun was a monster heel and Sami was the underdog babyface, and now Sami's the heel and he's the one poking fun at Bobby Lashley. So when Bobby Lashley comes in and just destroys him, that just makes Bobby look like the bully, the asshole. The roles are all fucked up. The whole feud is fucked up. They fucked up Bobby Lashley so bad. He's done. He just came in and he's done.
Yeah. Like I don't even want to see him because he's not believable to me. To me,
I think the match could be really good though.
Bobby Lashley versus Sami Zayn.
Yeah, I think Sami Zayn can have a good match with anyone, honestly. And I think Seth Rollins and Elias is going to be a great fucking match.
Elias and Seth Rollins.
Yep, I think that's going to be great. It's going to be awesome.
Dude, I'm thinking that Elias is going to take the championship off of Seth before Seth wins the belt.
I hope not.
Well, you think Seth is going to go get both of them?
No, but
could be the champ.
SummerSlam's still a bit away, so
it's not. It's not, dude. It's really not. It is,
dude.
June is halfway over.
Started.
June is halfway over.
Well, we still got all of July and all of August. It's the 10th, dude. It's not halfway over. It's a third over.
It's a third over.
We still got all of July. We still got all of August.
It's 50 days away. All of August. When is SummerSlam?
No, isn't that the end of August?
Okay, Google.
It's a minimum.
When is SummerSlam?
2 months away. That's a minimum 8 months,
August
8
20th,
weeks away.
2017.
So
August 20th. So that's a minimum. What? Let's go. It's the 10th. 4, 5, 6. It's a minimum 2 months away. That's 8 Raws. That's a lot of Raws. I think
that's
they can take it.
2 months away.
And a pay-per-view in between.
Yeah, that is not 8 Raws, dude. That's, first of all, 2 months away is 8 Raws. You're right. You're right. I was thinking for some reason there was 3 weeks in a month for some fucking dumb reason. So I was like, bro, it's 6. Learn how to count. But
It's actually 10 Raws away.
is it?
Yeah, it's 10 Raws away. So yeah, it's a lot of fucking Raws to take the title off of now.
So it's 30 hours of fucking Raw.
Yeah, it's a long way away.
SmackDown is going to 3 hours.
No, it's still gonna be 2 hours.
Is it?
Yeah, thank God. I can't watch back-to-back 3-hour nights.
It's going to Friday night.
Yeah, it's going back to Fridays.
So it's not.
All right, so are you fucking excited for this year's Gathering lineup? Have you been following it?
I've been seeing the updates slowly here and there. I noticed Immortal Technique. I noticed Attila. I like Attila a lot.
I haven't really heard them.
They surprised me the last time I saw them on tour with ICP.
I like CKY. I've actually seen them live. I'm not really a fan of listening to their music.
Nobody is.
Live, they're pretty fucking psychotic live. I really enjoyed their live.
All right, so they're like a fucking ripoff of Guar. Okay, so.
I mean, Guar is fucking a great live band too.
Yeah, but their fucking music sucks.
And their lead singer's dead, so it might not be as great.
I'm just saying, Bam Margera.
Isham's back.
Yeah, Isham's not gonna surprise me though. Isham's gonna be shitty old Isham. So Isham is not a name to be like, oh yeah. King Spade is a name. It's like, oh okay.
Yeah.
That's fucking dope.
What about Hobson? You like Hobson?
I like Hobson. Hobson's dope. I
think R.A. the Rugged Man is awesome. He's gonna put on a
yeah,
game.
but R.A.'s been kind of touring with them, so it's, you know.
Yeah. Yellow Wolf. I'm not really into Yellow Wolf.
You get into Yellow Wolf, man. Yo, you're missing out if you're not listening to Yellow Wolf. His last album was perfect banger. Every fucking song, dog. Like,
I might have to check him out a little more.
Check him out.
Mac Lethal. You like Mac Lethal?
I love Mac Lethal. I've loved Mac Lethal for a long time. It's just like, yo, Mac Lethal, when are you gonna change your shit up, bro? Like,
yeah, I like Mac Lethal's YouTube videos. Like,
yeah, but that's him trying to go viral, and it seems like.
But that's what I like. I don't like his music. You know,
he tries so
I like
hard,
him dicking around.
No, that to me, it just seems like he's trying so hard to like make a point and be like hoity-toity rapper. You know, like, I'm better than you. I'm Mac Lethal. It's like, yeah, Mac, you are better, but you're better than this also. You know?
I think
you laughed at that, so don't tell me, don't tell me you don't agree. So it's fucking.
I mean, after like the 6th fucking concept thing, it does get like, got anything else you gonna do?
Anything else, bro? Like, is that all right? Cool, bro.
I think the Hell's Pit thing is gonna be badass. I love Hell's Pit. I think that's so underrated.
I want
to underrated album.
So the other night, I'm chilling with my fucking driving my juggler homie. We were driving to a job. So I hired him.
Driver.
No, I was driving him to a job. I was paying him for a job to do. Okay, and he's a juggler. And I was talking about something kind of fucked up, and I had Hell's Pit in my CD player. Okay. And just randomly, boom, it pops on. And what happened was, like, my steering wheel has a little controller for the radio, and it's like, there's a mode button up here by the volume, and my thumb had kind of tapped it as I was turning the wheel, and I didn't notice. Right, this is what I put in my head, and then Hell's Pit just boom starts playing in my fucking car, like, at a moment where we're talking about something kind of like a little fucked up, and it was just scared the living shit out of me. Okay, I was just like, wait a minute, that shit just doesn't happen. There's too much of a coincidence, like. And then they say, oh, Hell's Pit's gonna be performed live at the Gathering, and I'm like, I don't know, like, maybe should I go? You know what I'm saying? Like, this is kind of.
Fuck, I wish I could go, dude.
Go, bro, let's go.
Take
a vacation, dog.
Hey, I that's like, I've had like one of those crazy ass moments too, but mine was like, yours is like bad. Mine was like
Right.
an actually good way. Like when you know when I almost died and shit, and I was in the hospital and shit.
I don't know the
And
story. Why don't you tell me the
yeah,
story?
when I was in a coma and shit, then I came out of the hospital and shit. And like so you
How
know,
about you tell? How about you explain it for our disbelievers here?
well, I was in a motherfucking diabetic coma for like 10 motherfucking days. And I was in the hospital for like 2 motherfucking weeks. And then they took me out of that shit. And I didn't have my laptop with me all that time. So I finally got the fuck home and I fired up my laptop.
Wait a
And
minute.
I'm
Wait.
like,
Can you start from the beginning, please?
what do you
Start from
mean
the
from the
top. So
beginning?
what? Like, wait, because this is the. Yeah, I don't really know the story. So go ahead and start from the top.
I fucking talked to you on the phone when I was in the hospital when this shit went down, dog.
What?
Yeah, I talked to you on the motherfucking phone when I was
Yeah,
in the
but
hospital.
bro, I'm talking for. I'm not. We're not. It's you.
All right,
Say the story for
I
people who
got
haven't
sick.
heard this
Okay,
story.
I was sick. I didn't know I had diabetes. I was sick. I didn't go to the hospital. Basically, you know, I didn't have any insulin, so I was like, my body was being poisoned for months. And then I just fucking, you know, I couldn't breathe one day. I went to the emergency and I slipped into a fucking coma. And I was on basically machines to keep me alive for like 10 days.
So
So
now, when you could not breathe, right? Were you like, oh shit, I can't breathe?
yeah, because I was like, I couldn't catch my breath. I was like, why the fuck can't I take a breath? You know, I was breathing like a fucking dog panting, you know, like I can't take a breath. I need to fucking go to the ER. And they put me in a fucking coma. Basically, they induced a coma and shit to see what the fuck was wrong with me, right?
I did not
So I
know
was
this.
on, yeah, I was on like, yeah. And then when I woke up, you were like one of the first people I fucking called, motherfucker. We were
I
talking on the phone.
remember.
You were like, oh, fuck, dude, I can't handle this. But yeah, so it was crazy. You know, I didn't have my laptop. I was bored as fuck. I was in there for like fucking 2 weeks. I finally got home and I got like Facebook messages up the ass because my ex was posting all about my shit, you know? So I'm like, fuck, I gotta go through all these messages. I gotta let people know I'm not dead. I gotta do all this shit. So I'm like, all right, cool. Let me fire up my motherfucking, you know, music. I'm just hit shuffle. I'm gonna hit random and just listen to whatever the fuck is gonna play while I'm fucking doing this, you know? First fucking song that came on, Dark Lotus, Death Don't Want You.
Oh, all
And
right.
I was like, oh
That's a
shit.
magical moment, dog, and
Exactly.
that's what I
Like,
love.
whoa. I was like, that is a motherfucking juggalo fucking miracle right there. So I was like, whoa. Yeah, you had the opposite.
I had I had the omen, I had the warning of just like a
Yeah.
heat, you know, just like, and to tell you the truth, bro, I had just taken Shangri-La out and put Hell's Pit in because I was like, I've been listening to this one. I think it was time to like, I just wanted. Oh no, I wanted to hear uh, man could only be alone. There's only what the fuck is that? I'm truly alone. A man could only be
Yeah,
alone.
Truly Alone.
I wanted to hear that. That song was stuck in my head, and I was just wanted to hear it. And I took because I only have a six disc changer. I took that disc, the Shangri-La out, and I put Hell's Pit in, and listened to that song and forgot that I put Hell's Pit in.
But
So,
it could be a good thing too, though, because like you said, you don't have to take it as like it was a bad thing. You can take it as
oh, I took it as
a
bad.
warning.
I took it
Or
as
you
an
can take it like
instant.
as a warning and you
Right,
need to
right.
get your shit turned
Well,
around.
no, I just took it as like, don't go to the gathering.
Or keep on your motherfucking toes.
Well, because I'm not a bad person. I just know I don't.
Nah, you're not. You know, you
I'm
just
not.
play one on Suspend Disbelief podcast.
Oh well, I am a heel on the pod. I am the heel, but I feel like I am the.
Oh, I'm the baby face.
You are. Look at you. You're so cute.
Do you think people like me more than you? I do.
I think I think the female fan base likes me, and then you get the male fan base. That's it. Because
Whatever, motherfucker.
I mean, I do got.
They just the female fan base just they know they can't have me, so they don't want to torture themselves.
True. You're all the way in Hawaii, so that's.
And I'm taking, motherfucker.
Oh, I thought you guys were like open relationship status. No.
No, she's sitting right there, man. Don't be saying shit like that.
Oh, my bad.
Hey, man, what the fuck are all these tribute bands, man? I don't want to see fucking tribute bands at the gathering.
Yeah, I don't want to see
The Grateful Dead, fucking The Who, Jimi Hendrix.
That's the whoop stock.
Santana.
You know why, bro? Wait a minute. Do you know why? Because they can't.
Is the stupidest fucking thing I've ever heard.
Because this lineup is kind of weak, bro. You don't have
No,
Tech Nine. Wait a minute. You don't have Tech Nine. Okay, that's a huge deal, bro. One in itself.
how do you know he's not going to be announced?
Tech Nine is not coming.
They're still announcing big
Tech,
names.
Tech Nine said he's not going to be at the gathering.
I don't think they need Tech Nine.
They don't need Tech Nine, but then they need Twisted, bro. They need
Twisted ain't gonna play the fucking gathering.
all right, and then they need
I
Dark
thought
Lotus,
last
and
year-
then they
I
need the
thought last
Riders,
year
and
they
then
did
they need
that.
fucking Blaze You Dead Homie. Then they need ABK, and then they need fucking
ABK 's
Boondocks.
there.
Then they need AMB, bro. Come on, dog.
ABK 's there.
Hey,
Yeah,
everything.
but no, you know what? They're not gonna get them. So I think last year was like, oh fuck, it's weird. All these Magic, ninja
No,
guys
that's
aren't
why.
here.
That's why you
I
have the
think
tribute
now,
band. That's why you have the
now
Alice
they're
Cooper
open.
tribute band. You know,
Honestly,
that's why.
I think that maybe they panicked a little and they went ahead and got all these fucking tribute bands, and then all of a sudden, they were like, oh shit, we got Yellow Wolf. Oh shit, we got fucking RA. Oh shit, we got Technique. Oh shit, we got Mac Lee. Oh shit, we got Hobson. Oh shit, we got King Spade. Maybe we shouldn't have fucking put all these tribute bands on the goddamn main stage.
Yeah, well, if it's like during the day, if they're playing it during the day, if they're all right, if they're the tribute band during the day and nobody's even like, if they're just playing background noise, okay, cool,
Okay.
right?
Oh, let's not bury the lead here. Let's come out and say it. You played the motherfucking gathering.
No, come on.
Yes,
10
you
years
did.
ago. 10 years ago, bro.
Still,
10
you
years
played
ago.
the fucking gathering.
Yes.
Still, you played the motherfucking gathering.
After Dark Lotus. One of the proudest moments
It
of my
don't
life.
fucking matter. Take
One
a
of the proudest
motherfucking
moments.
wow. It don't matter. You played the fucking gathering, dude. It don't
And
fucking
not
matter.
and not the pussy stage, not the little baby stage, like the
Not
big
the
stage.
fucking pendulum stage at fucking 4:00 in the goddamn morning.
No,
either.
it was after Dark Lotus, right? As Jay is saying Lotus, and everybody's walking away from the main stage into the second stage. So it was the second stage, which is still to me.
Hey, you had the crowd. They were rocking out, man.
It was
Like,
one. It was
the only thing I remember, the only visual I have is you're standing right in the fucking motherfucking front of the camera. You look right into that fucking camera. You hit that bowl. You turn around. You just start fucking rocking out. And I was like, oh shit, this motherfucker just made it.
No, it wasn't made. You know what, man? That was a moment
In
where
our world, you fucking made it.
in my world, I had made it. In my world, I
Exactly.
was like, what else can I ask for? This is awesome. I look back, man. I remember driving, and I'm driving, and I have a big old fucking van, like a big old 16-passenger van, and I look to the back, and I expected a different group of guys with me, like a different group of people, but it was like my people that like I was introducing to the Juggalo world. Like these guys, like their only idea of what Juggalo was me, and they really didn't know what to expect. And then all of a sudden, and we're all kind of like, we all kind of look a certain way, and dress a certain way, whatever. And we're walking through Ohio, and like as a Juggalo, yeah, like they kind of knew what Juggalos were, but then like when people saw us together as a group, I felt like we did kind of have like a little bit of a little bit of you know what, man? So someone else was at that gathering. Was Curtis and Sky were at that gathering, and to me, man, like I was so kind of like I felt like he was there to witness my not it's not even nothing, like it's a nothing speck of nothingness that so the fuck what my band it was like before it was our demo, like it wasn't even our real shit. Like those songs were so shitty, man. Like they were such shitty songs, and you know what it was, man? Scotty D of Fago Lovers, man, just put us on because I wrote him a nice email. And
that's what I was gonna ask about. How the fuck did that even come about? Because like, not meaning to offend you or anything, but
yeah, trust me, dude.
When I look at like when I look at the artists that play the pendulum stage some years, and I go to like their YouTubes and I listen to that shit, I'm like, okay, so to get on this stage, do you just fucking send an email? Like, how the fuck are some of these people getting booked? I mean, I'm thinking, are these fucking people? Did you?
No. So what happened
at least
was
get free access to the gathering or something?
Bro, we got hooked up. So what happened was,
well, that's good.
They don't do it anymore. But the story. So this one morning, I'm sleeping next to my girl at the time. I get a phone call from a weird place, and I'm like 303 or 313. It was 313 or 313. It was 313. I'm like 313. Like, isn't that fucking ICP hotline? Like, and I was just like, is this someone calling me from Detroit? And then I pick up and dude's on like I'm looking for somebody that represents 33 threes. And I'm like, that'll be me. And first of all, that's a phone call. I'm like, what? Like, I've never had somebody come at me like, yo, I'm looking for someone to represents their. Usually, I'm the one that's going trying to get us booked places, right? And motherfuckers like, it's I'm pretty sure it was Jump Steady. I can't remember, or it might have been. It was somebody like important. Nate. It was Nate the Mac. Was it Nate the Mac or I can't remember who it was, but it was somebody. And he was like, "Fuck, who was doing?" He was like, "Anyway, you know, we have an annual event." He's explaining this shit to me like I've never heard of it, you know. And I'm just like,
oh, really? Tell me more.
And I'm like, bro, like I would be yeah. And he's like, well, we know you guys are all the way out in California. We can't pay for your travel, but we'll give you and your crew tickets. How many tickets do you need? And I'm like, 10. Okay, like I was just like 10. I need 10 because I thought of like, all right, well, there's 6 guys in the band. We're probably just gonna need fucking the girlfriends are probably gonna want to come, So I was just like 10. Like, all right, and then they're at my fucking door, FedEx, 10 fucking passes with all this shit, like. So we get there, okay, and the first thing I fucking do is I take all of our fucking passes and I sell them, all of them, right? I sell all 10 of them, right? And I came up on like we just had fucking like from there it was just party, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I'm with these fucking SoCal dudes who they figure out like, oh wait a minute, this is the dope fucking shit. This is where we want to be. And we're sitting there on the side of the fucking the trail selling our merch. And it's me being a salesman trying to sell all this shit. Anyway, back to what I wanted to originally get to about Curtis. Is, man, like, I felt so kind of out of touch because a little bit of my head was blown up. A little bit of my head, But at the same time, like, I still knew like where I was at, who I was with, who mattered, and definitely like where like what being a juggalo is about, like, and there was a moment where I felt I felt like I was high on a lot of substances that will shouts remain unnamed, but there was a moment where it was yeah.
No, I don't name them.
It was
Let my work watch this.
It was just some Kool-Aid. Anyway, there was a moment where homeboy Nacho Jones, like he told me some shit. He was like, "Man, you act like some shit." Like he pretty much was like, "Yo, check me, like your shit still stinks, bro." You know what I'm saying? Like, and I was like, "Yeah, At the same time, though, there was like he put me in check. I wasn't like all throwing my balls in his face, but at the same time, he let me know like, "Yo, man, it's fair." Like,
I understand.
It
just came to me, motherfucker. I'd be happy to put your ass in check.
No, I mean, but I'm with my boys. You know what I'm saying? Like we're all wearing the same T-shirts. Like I had my vision. Like I was like, I want us all to look the same. Like like pretty much Violent J tried to do what did with. I just try to do the same thing.
Yeah, we have a history of that, though. I mean, we always put each other in check. We always have. I mean, there was lots of times where I would get my shit going, and I would just shun all y'all motherfuckers. You had to put me in check. Like one of the times, like when I was leaving the island and shit, and I was just like, I'm done with this fuck everybody. And I was just like, I was at the fucking airport, and out of nowhere, you and fucking Aaron just showed up at the goddamn airport, and I was like, I would get on that plane like I am the biggest motherfucking dick in the history of fucking life.
Bro.
Like these motherfuckers ran me down at the airport, and I was just ready to be like, fuck y'all, and just leave, So yeah, I understand. Sometimes your homies got to put your ass back in check,
Yo, you ever
Yeah,
talk to
I get it.
You ever talk to Mr. Bojangles at all?
No, I never did. You heard the story about him, right?
Or no?
I mean, shit, I hate to just, put his business all out on here, but we're not using his real name, and like maybe
Yeah.
5 of us actually know who he is, but
The inner
let me tell you
circle.
what happened.
What happened?
So, basically Mr. Bojangles, he was like one of the original people I ever met, and I
Yeah, we know.
crew.
We know. This is,
I brought him over to our crew, but
Yeah.
so basically, I tried to bring, he had his own crew. We had our own crew.
We were two
and
different crews.
I tried to bring him into our crew, then he saw how our crew got down.
We get down.
He left our crew. He was like, I gotta go, y'all. I can't fuck with y'all.
Our crew wilds out.
He got married to this so-called juggalette. They got married. They moved to Tennessee. She wanted to move to Tennessee.
Okay.
I don't know why, but she took him with her. They went to Tennessee. Then she started fucking around with some dude out in Tennessee. And then it came out that she moved to Tennessee because she was talking to this dude from Tennessee online. And she went there to hook up with him. And then he found out. And that shit did not go well.
Shouldn't have put that shit out there like that.
Oh, fuck, no one knows who Mr. Bojangles is.
Anyway.
Fuck
So is he still out in Tennessee?
Is
he still out in Tennessee?
I don't know where the fuck he is, man. I lost track of his ass. Probably killed himself.
That's so horrible. Don't say that.
That's fucking crazy, though. Like,
he was such a nice guy, though. He was a real
He
nice
was
guy.
the
He was
nicest
such
guy.
a nice guy, though.
And that was like another time where I think I kind of got checked. That like I was like we were like living such a fucking fast and crazy lifestyle that we didn't even think to ourselves how outside people saw it, because it was just normal for us.
Dude,
for us.
We you know what? We're not gonna go into
but we
it.
were pretty fucked up. Every weekend we were pretty fucked up.
No, I don't know like that, but it was like we would fucking we would rent hotel rooms, bro, just to
Every
kick it,
weekend.
dude. Like I was thinking about that, like who the fuck does that shit? You know what I'm saying? Like, and we would just sit in these hotel rooms, dude. Like not alone, but like, all right.
Yeah, and do fucked up shit, basically.
Not fucked up shit.
Because we were such like a crew, and everyone in our crew was all about it, that when we brought outsiders in, we didn't like expect, we were like shocked, like, you don't want to do this, And when that motherfucker came out there and he walked in and he was there for like 5 minutes, and he like walked up to the JTB and he took a look in that ticket boot and he was like, I'm out of here.
Yeah.
And like that bitch Eleanor, we bought her around.
I don't remember Eleanor.
And she fucking ran off and fell and scraped up all her knees trying to get the fuck away from her.
I remember I don't remember Eleanor. Who's Eleanor?
Eleanor's that the threesome girl. When we met Mike that first night.
Mike who? What are you talking about? Oh, Mike, right, Mike.
When we met him the first night.
What's going on with Mike, though, out in Denver?
I don't know. He was in jail. Now he's out.
Yo, so I have an idea, Trauma. All right?
This has just turned into a motherfucking juggalo chat.
So here's the thing. Like, I want to start another podcast, right? Called Interview with the Juggalo. And each week...
We can't even fucking do this one. We're going to start another one?
Yeah. Well, no, the thing is, though... is that it's finding our voice, man. I want to find our voice, and there's some cool juggalo podcasts out there, and a lot of them are current, topical about the artist. I want to shine the light on the fucking ninjas and pretty much just go through, and there's so many fucking crazy ass shit juggalos say. And I think you and I could be like, we could just find ninjas online, do the same kind of setup that we got here. Just, have a little fucking interview with a juggalo, kind of like, yo, what's your favorite Joker's card? And, what's your favorite tour? Blah, 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 blah. And, yeah, I just think that would be like
a pretty good idea. And then we wouldn't have to fucking sit here and, bore our wrestling fans for
like
an hour on juggalo shit.
Well,
they can always just turn the fucking
thing off. Right, turn this shit off.
If no one's still listening to us.
No, you know what though? The thing is, man,